Yeah, for some reason, the very first one that I had going was stuttering real bad. Add some lo-fi chill beats in the background.
Alright, mine's like a little cute. Okay, let me see how this goes. When I start my OBS. All right.
Need to pull up your Twitch one as well.
Oh, wait, am I here? Ooh, this is, hold on.
Yes, this is the live one, Colton. Sorry, my stream was dropping frames like crazy. That's why it was stuttering.
There we go. Dude. Wait a minute.
I gotta match that mood lighting.
Can I just? Oof, no, I can't. Okay. No. All right.
Yes. Yes.
You got it?
Not recommended channels. Channels I already follow. God, Twitch.
Is this? Did I get this?
I'm so confused. What's going on?
A beefy. There we go. All right, I think I got it.
What's good, Dre Neo?
I can't hear you. Okay, yeah, you did.
What's going on, Colton? What's today's topic of the podcast, man? Today's topics of the podcast are whatever comes naturally. We're keeping it natural today, guys. We're going to just kind of feel the flow. We're going to talk about some streaming. We're going to talk about personal stuff. We might even talk about cars or just telling people to, you know, kick bricks. You never know. Make sure you sit back, chill, relax, put your seatbelts on. It could get bumpy. Could be a smooth ride. You never know. All I know is I'm glad to have the infamous STONI on our podcast. The first podcast, in fact, that we've been back to doing in over a year. And it couldn't have happened to start off with any better of a person. If you guys didn't know who this is in fact STONI. She is live on Facebook and on Twitch. She ping pongs back and forth. So definitely make sure to go and check her out. If you guys take a look at the pinned comments, the link in the pinned comment is going to be for her Facebook, and I will post up as well her Twitch link. But you can take and search My Little STONI, STON, and then the letter I. If you want to find her, that's the way to find her. absolutely hilarious. My wife has come out and hung out with me out here several times while I'm watching various just different stuff. And to be fair, she doesn't hang around a whole lot when I'm watching other streamers because it gets kind of dull because it's the same game. And if she really wanted to watch somebody play it, she could just come out here and stare at me at the screen and be live with it. But I actually had your Twitch up the other night on the big screen right here, and she came out and you'd cracked a joke and she started laughing. She took and pulled up a stool and sat down, and we just sat here and eating dinner, watching you stream, and just laughed the whole time. So kudos to that. That doesn't happen often.
Nice.
Dylan, this is the new Roblox. It's the new DLC for Roblox. Oof.
It won't let me go live when I'm using my camera right here. It needs a video source. It hates me.
If you deactivate in OBS, like if you right click, go to properties, click deactivate the webcam, because it's trying to go live and it's expecting all of its resources to be available, and currently one's being used and it's saying, hey, there's a problem there.
Oh yeah, deactivate when not showing. Boop. Wow. What if it doesn't work?
It should.
All right.
Keyword, as we all know, is Facebook, and well, as streamers in general, we are not subject or without any type of technical difficulties.
It hates me. Nope.
Maybe try it. So the screen that you're going to go live on, is it?
It's making my OBS freeze, which is weird. It just stops responding.
Huh.
Tell me your secrets.
I use Streamlabs.
That's true.
Don't get me wrong. I'm looking at Stream Elements and a few others because, to be fair, Streamlabs likes to take people's work and call it their own and then make profit off of it. And they'll go and buy trademarks and copyrights for their...
There we go. I see.
So that's Streamlabs. That's what they do. Stony's one of your most favorite people on Facebook. Mine too.
Take your videos everywhere. And
What the fuck?
Dylan, you're not new here.
Oh god damn it. This fucking shit. Okay, help me. I have questions.
Okay.
It's saying that it can't find a camera or microphone.
They're both being used in this.
Right here. So how do we make this work?
Huh.
Because I can do it through OBS, but then you won't be able to see me.
If you back out of this video call and then go live and see if you come back in, if you're able to jump back in. I mean, it's worth a shot.
I don't think it'll share my little video camera.
It may not, but if you deactivate the webcam, then you should be able to pull it back up in here. That makes sense?
No.
Are you able to deactivate the camera itself as a source in OBS?
Ooh. Oh yeah, that's what I did.
Okay. I don't know. I didn't
Let's
push the
double
button. I don't know.
I must double check.
You guys doing the exclamation point.
Properties.
Hollowage. Yeah, see, I'm new here. Damn, 809 days, 864. I think I'm at 917.
Holy shit, let's go. Okay, it's thinking.
So I wonder if OBS is the one that is trying to take full command of like its sole proprietorship of the webcam and the mic.
I wonder if it is. Okay. Properties. Deactivate. Is that what I want to do?
Mm-hmm.
Bloop. Okay. Let's try now.
You kids and your technologies, right?
Dude. Oh. No. It says waiting. For camera. Can I screen share? Oh. Okay. I want to do that. Let me do that. This is what I want to do. Yeah. Share that. This one.
Ash with the 917, good, or 916, good lord.
I don't know if that's working. Oh, froze again. This fucking hates me, dog. Like how my dog's just like
trying to get comfortable. And then in a second they'll pause and then they'll spaz out again.
what's an OBS virtual camera?
I don't know. I'm not an OBS.
You're right. Okay, go back here. It's because I'm using it here.
You should be able to just add a new scene and just strictly do display capture. Because I'm coming
okay, let me try that.
Because I'm coming through strictly as desktop audio, and your microphone should work on both here and there.
Okay, so I'm gonna add a new scene. Just have it be display, and we're gonna call it podcast, and we're gonna add an existing one, which is this. Okay. Perfect. No source selected. Start. Go live. Oh! That says stop streaming from right there. Nothing's frozen yet. But I'm also not getting go live on my Facebook. America. Explain. It doesn't want me to do both at the same time.
Want your Rebier without the ads? Get YouTube Premium. All YouTube, no interruptions.
What up, Side Pocket? Now we're gonna be doing a podcast today. Appreciate the 50 star bomb, by the way.
I don't know how these people did it. What if I share my screen through Discord instead?
I don't know. I'm just it's odd that it's got an issue with it's it may be something where you may have to go live and then deactivate the webcam and pull it up here because it's wanting some sort of source. The source should be the screen.
Yeah. Hmm. Let me see. Oh, oops. What did I? Oh. I can go live now when I turn off my camera.
Interesting.
Oh no. Okay.
What do I have going on tomorrow? Cleaning the house.
Oh my god, I'm gonna have to do it like this. Like this? No. Wait, yeah. Wait, no. Wheels are turning. Wheels are turning.
Hey, that's good.
Oh, yes. Okay. This is good. This is good. I'm making progress. Okay. Okay.
Rebirth tournament tomorrow. What time?
Ooh.
I need details, Ash. You can't come in here and be like, hey, statement that's slightly interesting with no details. I'm a details person. You gotta give me the details. I need deets. You gotta give me the deets for the 5:30 Eastern Standard Time. Interesting.
Okay. This is what I feel is the best I got. That I can do is something like this, but I feel like I can make it better. Or I can just ask how other people have done it.
Either way works. I mean, you can. I mean, if you want to take and do a screen share and it's that works, that's fine.
Okay.
That if that works for your setup, then that works for your setup. There's also some available today. I have to be in Snellville at 4 o'clock for tasty, yummy noms of steakums. I'm going to Texas Roadhouse tonight. Go out to dinner with my in-laws.
Gotcha. Okay. Perfect. I know exactly what is happening right now.
Ah, sorry, Gary. I'm going to have nice, awesome steak. I'm looking forward to that too, actually. Last time we went and had steak, it was fan-freaking-tastic.
See, it's not working. That's such shit. Weird. Whoa. What happened?
I changed the camera source.
That's crazy. All right, I give up. I don't know anymore. There's so much space. It's so ugly. I messed it up.
Do you run a single PC or a dual PC setup?
A single.
You game and stream on the same PC, don't you?
I what?
You game on PC as well, right?
Mhm.
Okay.
I sure do.
I'm wondering if you go into the bottom right hand corner of your screen and open and right click the little speaker to open up sound settings. Whoops.
Mhm.
It's back.
Mhm.
And then go into like your input for your like your microphone device properties.
Mhm.
Additional device properties, maybe. Hey, back up. It's supposed to be line in. There we go. Oh, check. Okay, yeah, it does. Sound control panel. Trying to figure out where it is. Communications, do nothing. Sounds, no. Properties. Enhancements, advanced. Okay. That's what it is. That's what I'm looking for. So, all right, if you right click your little speaker and go to open sound settings,
Mhm.
and then in the top right hand corner, you'll see sound control panel.
Yep.
If you were to go to like your microphone, whatever is your actual microphone, and just click it, and then click properties, and then go to advanced.
Where is my microphone?
Go to recordings. Click the recording tab first.
Ooh.
And then scroll down and look for the moving bar as you talk.
It's not showing it. It's showing the Go XLR.
Right. Well, I mean, that's what you're using as your microphone, right?
Okay, yeah. Then
All right. So
yeah, I
just
see my chat mic, yeah.
just highlight it, and click properties.
Got it.
And then click advanced, and then you see where it says exclusive mode.
Mm-hmm.
Deselect allow applications to take exclusive control of this device.
For my chat mic?
Now I need to find the actual
Like for my video, huh?
right. Right, for the
So
video.
this same thing, but video.
But for video, correct.
Huh.
This is all sound. So how do I get for video? Yeah. I knew what I wanted to find, just I'm in the wrong place.
Got it.
Video playback. No.
These are like my display, like monitor displays. We want.
It's strange that that they want oh, and my webcam just dropped out. There it goes. Now we're back. It caught me in the funniest look, too. Just,
Right? Don't you love when it does that?
Oh my gosh. It's strange that the Discord is not Discord. That it's forcing a situation where it's locking and gridlocking it up because you're using a video source.
Mm-hmm.
When in reality, the display capture or screen capture or whatever that's just displaying the screen you're on should be the source itself.
I'm kind of obsessed about this. I really feel like it's important to get the word out. We want to make sure.
What's up, Ev? How you doing, Miss Hollywood?
Oh, this is giving me a headache. Okay. Go back to that. Yeah. Ooh. You have lots of cameras too.
I've got
Like,
two.
you need another camera.
I got two of them. I don't know why that one's so dark. It doesn't like the purple, I think is what it is. It does. The webcam that's out back doesn't like the purple. It wants like.
Oh, yeah.
Like. And it's not gonna like rezoom, of course.
I literally don't know what to do.
What kind of phone do you have?
Huh?
What kind of phone do you have?
I have an iPhone.
There's another way to do this, and you could take and add your phone as a second webcam with a program called Epoch Cams, EPOC. But if you want to do the screen share like you were doing a second ago as your source, that's fine. It works and it's easy.
Just make it look a little bit pretty. Oh, this is dumb.
That's what's up, Gary. Girl, I'm happy to see that you're doing well with the boyfriend. That's awesome. You're getting ready to take him to work. That's awesome. I'm happy to see that you're happy. I wonder if this would work better on Zoom or something like that. If it would give you the same issues.
No, I have no clue.
Probably so, honestly.
I'm trying to see, like, okay, you know how like Chrome has like those like blocked access to blah 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 shit?
Yeah.
I'm trying to find where that is to see if anything's blocked so I can give Facebook access. Does that make sense?
It does.
Where the fuck is that?
I mean, the issue though isn't with Facebook. The issue is with Streamlabs or with OBS, right?
No, it's Facebook. Facebook is not. OBS like goes live, but Facebook won't go live because it says that it can't connect to a video source because my camera is using like it's in Discord. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So I'm trying to like find where the settings are to change that on Facebook, but I'm not.
Well, the thing you can go through and pull the stream key and ingest the stream key into OBS, and then when you go live on OBS, it should automatically go live on Facebook, right?
Looking at houses I can't afford.
It should.
Or can I?
How I thought I already. That's how I usually had it.
So you wouldn't have to go into Facebook and click to go live on Facebook in order for it
I
to
press
link.
go live on OBS and then I go to Facebook and press go live there too.
Ah, I gotcha. Yeah, then that's going to be the issue. Then we're going to have to leave it disabled, like it is right now. Like just like set your stream up as if you were going live like normal, and then once it's connected, we should be able to disable it in the stream, your webcam, and then re-enable it here, and it should work at that point. It's just we got to get it connected first.
Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah, I forget the way that you have to go live on OBS, that it's going to fight you on it. It has to have the things that it wants in order for itself to do anything.
Yeah.
And Gary, I appreciate you going over and following Miss Stony, man. She's awesome and she's a hell of a good player.
You're sweet. Okay. 'Cause I feel like I fixed that part. Actually, no.
You have to re-enable it on your stream.
Correct. This one. Is that one. Okay. So I have face. This one is face. This one's in game. I want this. I'm going live like normal. Let's see. I would have this here. And this here. I'll put you here. Put you over here. Put you here. Okay.
This is the one benefit I have, is it just lets me just go boom right in, you know. With Streamlabs, I click go live and that's it. I don't go to Facebook and click go live at all.
Okay.
But OBS,
It does give me the option right here, create a new live Facebook video post with these settings.
yeah.
But then I can put. No, yeah, it's the same thing.
Yeah, it's
no,
gonna
and then
be
it says go live with Facebook streamer dashboard.
right. And that's the way OBS is set up. And honestly, for somebody running a single PC setup,
Not
that's
cool.
OBS is probably your best bet because it's the least resource consuming.
Got it.
Streamlabs really uses a lot of a computer. So
Should I try going live? No, I'm just gonna do it like normal.
yeah, just do it like normal.
Like normal. Okay, go live. Go live. Okay. You probably won't get the notification for it. But I'm live.
Yes.
You got one?
No,
Yes,
I
you did
didn't.
not.
I didn't get the notification.
Didn't think so. Okay. Now what?
All right. So now what we need to do is to disable the webcam in OBS,
Okay.
and then we're going to change the scene to go over to the screen capture, and then you'll just
Okay. So right now I'm gonna go and go to properties and
Yes.
deactivate my webcam. What if that? Oh, whatever. We're just gonna do it. Okay. Yeah. Nobody can see anything anymore.
Right. Now we're going to go to the screen share.
There we go. On Discord.
Uh, so right now you're looking at your OBS. So we want to take and bring the Discord up on that screen.
Correct. Gotcha. I'm gonna bring this over here. Got it.
There you go.
Yeah, there you are.
Now, we want to take and you want to scroll below my video of me and then turn on your camera again.
Scroll below.
So like put your mouse below the image of me.
Oh, like turn on my camera.
Yeah. Boom. Victory!
No.
Victory screech! Oh,
Wait a minute. Oh, fucking yes. Just let me grab my OBS and then put it on the left so that I fucking, you're the best man ever. You're like, look at, I love that like satisfying head nod. You're like, fucking yeah, fucking
nailed it.
Hell
We
yeah.
may have had complications, but we
that
were
was so
victorious.
satisfying. Delicious.
It's like, all right. So OBS is just going to be a little twat, and it's not going to let us take and do what we want to do. So we're just going to have to give it what it wants, and then we'll make it do what we want it to do.
Do whatever you want.
All right. So now we are actually officially live for the first
Oh my God.
podcast back with the official Miss STONI.
Want to keep your videos
Let's get it.
in the background? Get
Ah.
YouTube Premium. All YouTube, no interruptions.
Hello.
So we've been talking about bringing the podcasts back for a long time, and I have reached out to a laundry list of other streamers, including STONI, and actually STONI messaged me back, and she had reminded me that I'd even reached out to her in the first place, and she's like, hey, you know, the podcast stuff, like let's do this. Like, I'm interested in it. What's all about, you know? And so here we are. I'd gone back and forth on whether I even wanted to go back into this or not.
Thank you for liking the share.
And
you start following you. I got that.
I wasn't sure that
Alex,
sure
what's
I
up?
could
Thank
do
you
it.
for the like. I was trying to figure this out. I wasn't ignoring you guys. Sorry. I
So,
wasn't muted either. Hey.
It's okay.
Why isn't it working? Hello?
Do you have your keybind set? Got it? Okay. So, you know, we went through and we decided that we were going to take and we were going to do it. And so when STONI came through and it reminded me of everything, I was like, yeah, we got to do this. We got to do this. I mean, it's been a year since I've been on a podcast. It's been too long. And I'm finally glad we're getting to start this back up with somebody that I personally find incredibly interesting. I watch her streams on a regular basis. They're always hilarious. They're always comical, and he's a hell of a good player too. And you know, I always like to find people that are going to intrigue me, which is going to make the conversation flow very comfortably, and it'll you know, move forward and everything like that, and be beneficial just to have an open conversation with somebody that you can hold, you know, an actual flowing conversation with. So what we're going to be doing, guys, this is of course a podcast. We're going to be talking about a wide array of different topics, from, you know, gaming, streaming, and anything and everything else. I mean, this isn't just a closed forum type conversation. If there are questions people have inside of each other's chats and they want to ask, it can spark the conversations. And I mean, there's no set script here. I pretty much wing it off of my hip. It's kind of what I do. I prefer it that way. It's a lot more natural, and it's way less forced. So I welcome everybody to both channels, guys. If you haven't yet, go on to Facebook and or Twitch, type in My Little STONI, STONI, hit the search bar, Go show her some love, guys. You will not be disappointed, I assure you. So, welcome back, everyone, to the first official new series on the podcast. And I want to welcome Miss Stony. Thank you so much for actually being a part of this. It is an honor for me to actually have you on here, whether you think it is or not. And yes, some of you guys that were watching over on my channel saw we were having some technical difficulties until we got on and got it all handled, but we're here now, so that's what matters. So, you know, to kind of start things off, we're gonna start on kind of some of the basis and foundation of what really I was doing my podcast for, which was we watch streamers and we watch people playing these games and stuff like that, and you get to know the person a little bit. But to be fair, you get to know this person while they're playing a game. So the topic is more so the game, and then they kind of talk about stuff a little bit here and there. But what most people never get is the ability to get to know the streamer behind the webcam. And those are the things that I enjoy. Truly getting to know somebody, talking with people, and just having a laugh at sometimes each other's expense. That's never a bad thing, in my opinion. So, you know, what sparked you to even think about playing video games while being recorded doing it in front of people?
It was watching other people doing it, and I think having that sense of community, being a part of it, is what kind of helped me. I've been watching streams, like been watching it for at least 2 years now, so I've seen a lot of people like start out and blow up and
What's up, Aaron?
get really big, but still that sense of community is always there, and I was a part of it. And I guess the thought in my head just kind of came there one day. I was like, I think I can do this. I was like, I know a lot of people that are involved in this. A lot of people that I know are getting involved in it, and I want to get involved in it too. It's fun. I enjoy it very, very thoroughly, more often than not.
Well, the more often than not is critical. You know, something that you and I were discussing earlier is personal identities and professional identities, and the way that you can separate them. I mean, I am Rob, but I'm also Beefy. I'm also a mechanic. You know, I'm a man of many hats, so to speak, to coin a phrase. But one of the things that, you know, people struggle with is the separation between their personal and their professional life. And you don't really get that opportunity sometimes as a streamer, because your personal life is your professional life in this particular venue.
Always needs to go.
So the question is what keeps you moving forward? What keeps you coming back? What keeps you grinding? I mean, is it the game? Is it the community? Is it the friendships that you've built with the people you play with? Viewers?
It's community 100% for me. I can have really bad days. There's been days where like I feel so bad that I don't stream. I sit in front of my computer and I have everything set up, and I just end up not pressing go live for whatever reason. But anytime that I would talk to someone that supported me, that would get me to actually go through with pressing that button to go live, I never once regretted it. I never once like had a bad stream because of it. My energy just completely flipped, and that's because of the community. You see people that come in, they're happy to see you, and they can really just like turn your day around. Like that's again like another like essential thing that kind of made me want to get involved with it, because it was helping, you know, my mental health. As you know, kind of cliche as that sounds, it was helping it a lot, and it still does.
I mean, a lot of people play video games as an escape to get out of their own heads. It gives them a sense of peace, even if they're cussing and screaming and swearing at the game. And Lord knows, as people who watch us and know that we play Warzone, there's a lot of cussing and screaming and cussing at the game. A whole lot. Everybody hacks. Everybody's a hacker. If I die to you, you hacked.
Of course, you're all cheating.
Right. But
misogynistic game.
Right. Absolutely. you know, the quarrels that you see with people a lot of times, as though they get frustrated with the game, they're not thinking about the stuff going on in their personal life. And it's that brief separation between the weight that you're carrying in your day-to-day life and the weight that you get to let go of while playing the game. It's huge. And just that in itself is massive for people. Then turning around and being able to share that with people and encompass them into your life and bring them in and chit chat with people and having fun and getting gameplay in with people that are watching your stream and stuff like that. You meld the two together and it makes it that much special, that much more special. Can't English today. But you know, when we start to look at it, the game in itself, it's frustrating. And then it continues to become more and more frustrating. And we start looking at, you know, we're playing these games for a release and some excitement, but then that game is causing frustration and irritation and stress. Absolutely. And then you couple that with streaming. And to be fair, I look at a stream as if it's a TV show. I don't want to watch the TV show if the TV show stresses me out.
Yeah.
Have you ever watched somebody that's stressing nonstop? It stresses you out.
Yeah.
So what can we do about that? How do we move forward from that? How can we overcome that?
Personally, I looked for different things to play. I branched out. I tried to have variety, and I know that's not really for everyone, but personally, I embrace that very much.
What are some of the things that you found that you're enjoying?
RPGs. I've always been a fan of RPGs. I am not
Really?
I am not an FPS player. Warzone is probably only the second BR I've ever played. So I do have a lot of fun playing it. Don't get me wrong. But
Right.
obviously there's days when you are just absolutely getting shit on and it's not fun.
Yeah.
But also the squad you're with as well. I can be getting completely shit on for the whole day. But if I'm with, again, people that I enjoy playing with, it doesn't matter. It really is just the energy you have, the attitude you go in with it, and the people that you surround yourself with, I think.
I have found, and this was some of the days back in like the Black Ops 4 days of Blackout, which in my opinion is the best battle royale game that has ever hit the market. Fight me.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
So I'll explain why in just a moment. But the thing that I found was just that. Like there are days where the game just doesn't go your way. Either your shots are off, you're having technical issues, which happens, you're one way or another, things aren't quite lining up and falling into places they should, or as you feel they should. And so you get overworked, frustrated, irritated, and you start to shut down. And I've found that back in the BO4 days, when we would get into those modes, it was, all right, you know what? The next game, you have to get 5 kills with a car before you can pick up a gun.
Yeah, okay.
Just throw something random and stupid in there. And then all of a sudden you see people like, okay, fine, that's the challenge. Like, whatever. They're all pissed off because of the last game. Well, then they jump into the game and they jump into a car and they start driving around. They're like, oh, I only got 4. And now they're having fun again. Change the objective or the mindset.
You make a game within the game.
Right. And it just changes the whole perspective of it. We can do the same thing in Warzone, and it's something that I haven't done in a while, and I really should. Like, you know, we do as streamers sometimes these like star challenges and stuff like that, or on Twitch bit challenges.
Sabotages, yeah.
Right. But we could take things like that and even change it. Like, hey, you have to land on the train, and you have to stay on the train as long as you can before the storm pushes you. You know, things that are going to challenge you, but it changes the perspective. It changes the dynamic of the game. And then there's a little different, you know, there's a little different personality to it. But in my opinion, Black Ops 4's Blackout was by far the better, or the best, single-handedly the best battle royale game for a multitude of reasons. First, the developers of the game, if there was an issue and people in the community said, hey, this is an issue, it got fixed most of the time within a 12-hour period or less. Yes, they did gun balancing changes and stuff like that. That happened. That's every single Call of Duty. It's always has been. The biggest thing is there was zero skill-based matchmaking. None. And something that people don't recognize is that in the game of like Warzone, skill-based matchmaking goes beyond just the lobby's KD and your team's KD and matching it. It actually has in-game gun balancing. It will actually throw your shots. If you are in a group, let's just say of a set, your team's KD is a 1.5, let's just say, as an average combined, and you average a 1.75 KD per game, and it's been that way forever, and you start on a game where you're getting bunches and bunches of kills, you'll notice halfway through the game, all of a sudden, your shots aren't quite hitting. Like you're shooting at the person, you've killed 9 people already the same way, but now all of a sudden you're not getting hit registration, or you'll be shooting at somebody and all of a sudden the gun will twitch to the left and it just throws the shot. And it's actually the game trying to balance the game back out again. It's active and it's constant. In BO4, they had zero gun balancing. They had zero skill-based matchmaking. So I could join in a game and be in a lobby of 120 people, and it be 95% of them be absolutely terrible players, that is, not people, terrible players, really low KD. But then I could also have 3 teams of like, you know, your Bobby Poff and Spiros and Picnic and Y8 and all those guys, and fight all of them. But what really made the game, in my opinion, one of the better games is the gun loadouts.
Yes, I agree.
You could not have a custom loadout. You didn't buy loadouts. That wasn't a thing. You found the same gun everybody else did on the ground. You found the same ammo, the same magazines, the same attachments, which made the game truly that much more even.
I feel like that's why I would still consider playing Apex.
And I've never played Apex.
It's the same thing though. You have the same guns, same attachments. You get what you find. There's no buying shit. There's no custom loadouts like that.
And that in itself would make a huge difference. Because to be fair, you look at Warzone right now. If you use the basic gun and add the attachments, and then you use the same attachments but as a variant, the gun handles differently. And in some cases, the gun is different. Iron sights being a prime example of that. There's some guns that the variant, the iron sights are different, and they're much more clear. Or you know, the MP5 with a hip fire, and you know, it has no recoil. So, you know, it's one of those things. That game, in my opinion, was a better game, and if they could implement some of that back into different and upcoming games, it would be a much better situation. But then again, Warzone originally, when it released, there was a video, like they had a bunch of bigger Call of Duty partnered streamers that they brought in, and they did like a LAN typed tournament, but it wasn't a tournament, and it was to play Warzone. It was an early access to play Warzone, and these people, they streamed it live, and it was on like Activision's thing, and it went out and people could see the multiplayer gameplay from people like, you know, TP and Dr. Disrespect and all, you know, all these big name Twitch streamers mostly. And they played the game, and then they would announce different things, and it was their promotion. And one of the things that they said was Modern Warfare and Warzone will not have microtransactions. Well, that changed. Yeah. Facts. That just straight up changed. I mean, just gone.
And their marketing for this shit is, it's good.
Oh yeah,
their marketing is fucking good. They have something in that store for everybody. Something for me. They have a fucking Smoker's Delight for me. I know they have one with the charm is like a steak or some kind of shit. Yeah, like they have, they know how to capture their audience. The anime ones, like
And
They
that's
know what
the
they're
thing,
doing.
though. That's what the developers have found. How do you make money in a game? Like Warzone's a free-to-play game, so how do you make money in it?
Yeah. They do have okay, I get that they do have to make money also.
Sure.
Yeah, that is
So,
true.
you know, there can be things like they could take in Warzone, you can use the guns. You could use the guns in every single one of the games, but you can't level them up in Warzone.
Yeah.
So now you have to go buy the new game to level the gun up. Once the gun's leveled up, you can use the leveled up gun in Warzone, but you can't use Warzone to level the gun up.
Or maybe like take out the fucking hacking. Like maybe try to fix that a little
Well,
bit more like
yeah.
priority.
yeah. Let's not change
I mean,
guns.
these
Let's
are all
just-
things that I don't really understand either. So
Well, to be fair, I don't think Activision understands the problems that they actually have. So
that is obvious. I think.
you know, I mean, just look at the
Or
way they
someone
treat
is
their
making
employees.
bank off of fucking letting some of that shit out. Someone's getting paid to.
How do you
give it
keep a
out.
game relevant? How do you keep the game relevant? They're making new games. There's Call of Duty Modern Warfare. It came with Warzone. Call of Duty Cold War. It came with Warzone. You've got not Valorant, but Vanguard. It came with Warzone. And all
Yeah.
three games, they're pivoting around Warzone. But how do you keep Warzone relevant? Let the hacks keep happening. Why? People watch it.
It triggers people.
It does.
Yeah.
And people get
You
mad
gotta
about it.
hate them for being so like you gotta hate, you gotta love to hate them, or like some like it makes me so mad, but at the same time I'm like, fuck, y'all are smart. You're
You know that
nothing's real. Trust nothing.
Yeah. Well, you know, Ricochet is their anti-cheat software.
Didn't the kernel for that already get leaked?
Mm-hmm. All of it. It was leaked by the designer to the companies that make the hacks.
I don't Gary said supposedly the hacking supposed to get better with the new map, but we will see. Is the new map going to be an actual new map, or it's going to be a new old map?
It is a completely new
Are we
map.
sure this time? Because I've heard this before. Like I don't really even follow this shit, and I have literally heard this before.
There is Call of Duty doesn't really make anything new. Let's just call it what it is. Look at every single map in every single one of their games. They're regurgitations. Occasionally you'll get one game where they
Like
come
the
out with like,
Gulag, the new Gulag was the fucking like.
the old Gulag.
I thought there was supposed to be a new map, or what is? You just blew up stuff again? Like
This time it's a complete change, and there are leaked videos and photos of the new map and stuff like that, and it looks fantastic, and there's a lot less buildings, and I like that. There's still a lot more areas where people are just going to be laying on their dick in a bush, so, you know, but, you know, look at every Call of Duty in the last little while. It's the same maps over and over and over again. They just update them, change them ever so slightly, and it's a new map. And then you look at Warzone. I mean, Warzone in itself, if you really look at the blueprint, it's blackout.
okay, I can
The dam's in the top left corner. It goes out to the ocean in the bottom right. There's a river that comes through.
When you play Warzone now, it literally says T. Yeah, okay, I did see that. T minus 10 days until leaving Verdansk.
So, you know, it's one of those things. I'm hopeful for it, but I'll still keep playing it. I know I will, and I'm gonna hate every second of it, and I'll love every second of it. I'm hoping it gets better. There's so much promise and opportunity, but we're, you know, here we are. We spent the last 10 minutes talking about the issues with the one game, but it's the one game everybody's playing because it's the one game everybody talks about because it's the one game that has such a big problem with hackers.
I mean, I'm so indecisive with it. Like, people are so. I don't understand why people are so scared to leave the game. Like, not grow my following on this. Like, I get it, but like, build a new community with a different game. Like, take that chance. I don't look at it as like being scared to like not get views or something. Like, I don't know. I can't wrap my head around the thought of just playing one game. Like, unless like I get competitive players and like shit like that. That is your shit. That is your shit. I get it, but
right.
Personally, I couldn't really think of just playing Battle Royale like that.
I have played shooters most of my life. I've also played racing games and stuff like that. That's kind of also been one of my things. A lot of Forza, a lot of the Grand Prix and stuff like that, Turismo, and I liked all that stuff. Grand Theft Auto was also a huge thing for me for the longest time.
Oh yeah.
And so, but I've always competitively played a bunch of aggressive shooters. One of my favorite games still to this day was on PlayStation 3, and it was Metal Gear Solid 4 Online, and I loved it. It was just different. It was unique. It was interesting.
There's another streamer who said that one was really slept on. Jazzy was just talking about that the other day.
Yeah.
The Metal Gear Online was like so slept on.
It was competitive as hell and toxic. It was like the Modern Warfare chat lobbies. It was toxic. But you know, the problem is as people start to stream and they start to grow a following, they only funnel and focus into what they see their channel growing from. And what they fail to realize a lot of times is the reason the channel's growing has minimal to do with the game and everything to do with the person that's playing it. And they misconstrue that. So now they think, well, the only reason people come in and watch the game is because of what game it is, not because I'm playing the game. You know, there's the statement, support the streamer, not the stream. And it falls in line, yeah, but if you take and you have the same energy and excitement and enjoyment and passion for the game you're playing now, and you have that same on another game, people will come in and enjoy the content you're creating.
Oh yeah.
And there are some people that will come into your chat and go, this isn't Call of Duty, I'm out. That happens.
That's sad.
Yeah, for them.
You need to broaden your horizons.
Bad to say, if you walk around in life like this, you're only ever going to see a small portion of life, and life is too short. It's way too short to have tunnel vision like that. I play Call of Duty a lot. I do. I've never been a Halo player, but I liked playing the new Halo. I've loved it. And I've always been a controller player, but I've only ever played, well, I played Call of Duty, the Warzone and stuff for like an hour or two, a couple hours, should I say, on controller. And then I switched over to mouse and keyboard. And that's been my go-to. But the I've predominantly only played mouse and keyboard now on Warzone. But on Halo, I went right back to picking the controller up and, you know, rocking out with my scuff and loving every second of it. And it's actually made me enjoy gaming and streaming again, because to be fair, in the last 8 months, there have been times, like you said, I've sat down, I've had all this crap on and everything going, and all the screens are up, the game's sitting in the loading screen, my Streamlabs is up, and I've hovered over to go live and just went, and I watched TV instead.
Yep.
Because I just can't stand what the game will do to my personal mental state.
Yeah, it can just like ruin it. You can be having the best day and like you look forward to streaming, and then you get on and you're like, what the fuck is this?
I'm about to play the game that's gonna make me mad, and it's full of cheaters, and this is just gonna be frustrating, and everybody's gonna be irritated, and it's just And then I turned around and I was like, you know, I saw a buddy of mine playing Halo, and I'm like, I'll download it, it's free, let me try it. And then it was just like, I suck at this. This is great. Let's just keep going. I'm going to get better at this. I promise. Oh, I actually got a kill that game. Holy shit. You know, it's different. Way different.
It is.
I've actually started playing SnowRunner because it was neat.
Okay.
And I've also played the pressure washing simulator.
I tried the drug dealer simulator demo. That was pretty interesting.
Get to know the underworld.
Yeah, I had to cut my drugs and shit. Like, there's a drug dealer simulator out there. I think there's a bum simulator.
No.
I think there's a bum simulator.
Could you imagine if it was co-op? Like the shenanigans you could get into?
I'm like, where's my Steam?
Right? Like, I'm being dead serious. Like, imagine a game like doing like a role play on GTA, but you're bums.
What's the sandbox one? Gary's mod. I've been wanting to like try to play that one, but I feel like you need a lot of people to have fun with that.
I don't know what.
Gary's mod is just like an open world type of like sandbox thing. They just like kind of give you the tools and just let you do like whatever you want. Pretty cool. I've seen a lot of bar fights.
Of course, that's where we go. I've seen a lot of bar fights.
Savannah said, I like the Squid Game one. I haven't played that one at all. Isn't it called Crab Game?
I mean,
I'm pretty sure.
I've thought about doing the GTA roleplay stuff.
It's too much. There's too much. I don't have time to learn how to like not break character. Like get nah.
Oh no, screw that. I think that would be my character. Is I am just a random character and it's subject to change mid conversation.
My character is a random character.
Yes. When you go into like the fighting games, I am the question mark box. There's no telling what kind of guy you're gonna get.
You just get what you get.
This sentence. But I mean, that's the thing. You know, as we've continued on with this stuff, we've got to find things that we genuinely actually have fun with. Because that's what we decided to do this in the first place. It was fun. We were having fun with it.
We were happy then.
We grew up too quick. So, what is some of the things that you would like to see moving forward? I mean, whether it's in your own stream, whether it's in the community that you've built, or even the platforms that you game on, or the games that you play. Like, what are your hopes for the next 6 months? What's the 6-month plan?
I really, I personally just want to get more consistent in my own streams, but I'm
what does
not
that mean?
full time. So balancing, I need to like just manage my time better. I think finding a good balance of work and stream. Also, like if I try to stream to different platforms, like there's times I have to try to do again like daily goals, weekly goals, because it can be overwhelming. Streaming is a lot. It's a lot more work than I thought it would be, especially if it's something that you want to try to take serious. I think it takes a lot of thought and patience. I feel like a lot of people think that they're just gonna start and they're automatically gonna like fucking blow up, and then when that doesn't happen, they get like super discouraged and shit. So
that does happen.
We have like a lot of high expectations going into it, and I think if you just go into it with the mindset like, hey, I'm just gonna be playing with my friends and like meeting new people, then you're gonna be fine.
I think a lot of people, the initial startup is that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna be playing video games with my friends, maybe find some new friends along the way. We're gonna maybe find some people that are pretty good, maybe better than I am, and we really push and create good content. And then there's always that little bug right here that's making that squeaky noise that says, hey, improve, whether it's the stream, the equipment, the growth. We need to push. And then there's the guy on the shoulder that says, well, hey, this guy over here just signed a contract for $35 million to do the exact same thing you're doing on the same platform even. And this person makes $90,000 a month doing it. What are you doing?
Yep.
So then you start comparing yourself to the top end of the spectrum, and then you start trying to achieve that. Because let's all be completely honest with ourselves. If somebody came to you and says, hey, I want you to sit down in this chair, I want you to hold this controller, I want you to play the game you're already playing, and I want you to do it for 4 to 6 hours a day, 5 days a week, and we're gonna pay you $90,000 a month. How does that sound? I'd sign up.
Sounds good. Yeah.
Right.
Sounds real good.
But do you want to make $90,000 a month playing a video game? I would. I'll answer that with a yes. But what people don't realize is what goes in to make $90,000 a month playing the video game. And what that means is, yes, I stream for 4 hours to 6 hours a day, and I'll stream 5 days a week. I'll start at 7 a.m. in the morning, and I'll get off at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm going to eat some food. And then from 4 o'clock in the afternoon until 9 o'clock that night, I'm editing videos.
Yeah. Oof.
I'm posting different clips and stuff to TikTok and YouTube and Facebook and Instagram and Twitter. And I'm creating different VODs for the different things that have happened and creating new intros and different overlays and different screen captures and different grabs so that I can get all of this content out. And then you realize that you're working 7 days a week, 16 hours a day to play a video game for 6 hours a day, 5 days a week to make $90,000 a month.
Or if, geez, even if I was looking, I get curious like about these people. I'm like, these people, I'm like, do all of these content creators, like these bigger people, like they have people that edit or like they go through a company?
Sure.
$900 a month. You get 3 videos a week. Like the shit that they post, like, the consistently and the stuff reviews, like I said, it's a lot of fucking work. So like I can see why people will be like, okay, I'm gonna edit these clips myself, but the time it takes to learn how to do that, find like the programs, like, and usually programs like editing programs, if you know, want a decent one, they're not
cheap.
Not that cheap.
Not at all. And it's insane, the cost of it. I mean, you've got people like, you know, I'll use Tim the Tap Man. I keep going back to that guy because to be fair, he's one of the pinnacle people that stream.
I was gonna say he's a perfect example though. Like,
I mean, this man has, was it four or 5 different YouTube channels? He streams on Tim the Tap Man. He posts reviews and different reactionary stuff on like more the Tim the Tap Man or something like that.
oh no way. Oh my god.
He does like VODs on more Tim the Tap Man or even more Tim the Tap Man. Then there's a Tim the Tap Man 2 where he plays other games that isn't the main game he plays. And you start looking at it, and then he's got, I think, 3 or 4 people that work directly underneath him. He's got an editor and you know, moderator, admin to his page that watches his stream, will clip sections for, like, he'll have a really good section. He goes, hey, you know, Whips, clip that. And so they'll pull that section out and it's going to be a VOD. And he's doing, you know, but that's the thing. His live streams are generating the content that actually makes him money.
Yeah.
So there's a lot to it.
Exactly,
But, you know, the biggest thing is what do we do to move forward? If our goal is not to be the 100 hours to 120 hours a week, 7 days a week, from the moment I wake up to the moment I go to sleep, glued to a chair behind a screen, moving stuff around, playing different games, searching for those derivatives that are going to help us bring in income, then what do we do?
I'm going back to just playing for fun.
That's exactly what we got to do.
Yeah.
The moment you do that, I guarantee you, yourself will be happier.
All Tim does is stream. He does nothing else.
I bet you he does.
That?
I bet you he does more than people realize, but I bet you he does a lot less than some people might think. At least now. Not to say that he didn't do all that in the past, because, you know, when you start streaming, you don't start streaming from the Dallas Cowboys Stadium playing on the Megatron.
Yeah, true.
Which was really cool. It was pretty dope.
He had lag.
Yeah, I don't know. I would assume so. I'm sure it was different than his home stream setup, because I mean, the man's got a $6,000 gaming chair. His gaming chair is so much better than mine.
I'm sure he's all inside the stock market. I bet stocks is the way to go.
It is.
That's what I mean,
I'm
I guess I don't fucking.
I'm big into
never
crypto.
went to college.
Yeah, I did, but it had nothing to do with finance.
You can see my ordnance bomb right here. I was in the military.
Yes.
Fuck that. Government property. It was.
Okay.
Property.
It was government property. But I mean, so outside of that,
daddy. I'm sorry. You were saying.
So outside of the games and stuff like that, like what are some of the things that you do to actually have fun, to break the bullshit of the streaming and the gaming and the chaos and the crap that it clutters your mind with.
Oh my God. I am a big leisurely person. I love hanging out on this couch back here, like with my dog. I like watching streams too. Like I really do. Just like chilling in streams, watching them. But if we're talking about like actual hobbies, I'm a big outdoorsy like camper type of person. I like to go camping a lot. Usually taking anywhere I can take my dog. I'm such a big like animal lover. Like my dog is my life for sure. He's my homie. What else do you do? I mean, I partake in legal recreational activities. I'm a connoisseur of marijuana, so
Yeah.
you know, there's nothing better than going out, taking a nice long hike with my dog, and having a little smoke on the way.
I can dig it. I can dig it.
Usually just anything that I can, I guess, just relax with. Like obviously I go camping, I'm like relaxing in a hammock, or maybe like going fishing. Obviously hiking is, you know, somewhere I can be at peace. I do personally like live in a city, so any place that I can go like get away from that is usually what I'll try to do.
Get away from all the motion.
Yeah. Or play a game that has like woods in it. RPGs, see, I can get lost in RPGs, man.
So like what? So I've never been an RPG person, and I have my admin to my page loves RPGs. He's a big WoW guy, like plays other different RPGs. I have never been able to get into them because I've also never completely understood them. Please.
It's like being a playable movie. You were talking about Metal Gear Online. Like Metal Gear Solid was the game that got me into playing games. Besides like, you know, like Super Mario, I feel like that was something that we all kind of, or like arcade games were.
Right.
You know, but like a PlayStation was like my first actual, no, Super Nintendo would probably be my first console, but that game was like the storyline of it just, I didn't really understand it because I was still pretty young, but I was like, holy shit, like this is
pretty cool.
fucking interesting. I wanna see what happens next. Oh yeah, it's RPG. I'm trying to think of like one that you could.
Would you say that something
play.
like Assassin's Creed is RPG-esque, just not fully blown RPG?
I think so, yeah. I would say those open world type of like mission based games, like those are all stuff that I think is a lot of fun. And I feel like they're slow paced enough that for streaming that you can still be able to like interact with your chat and stuff. You had an Atari, Gary, you're old, huh?
I did too. I had an Atari. I had the OG Nintendo. I had the Super Nintendo. Then I had the Nintendo 64. I had a GameCube. I had a Dreamcast.
I was about to say, but did you have the Dreamcast?
I did, and I had Tony Hawk on it, and it was epic. Or no, Dave Mirra's BMX. I didn't have Tony Hawk. Tony Hawk was on PlayStation. I had Dave Mirra's BMX.
It was.
I tell you,
I'm 44. You're not that old.
The thing that I really enjoyed growing up was playing. Getting all your friends over to the house, bunch of bowls of cereal laying all over the floor while you're eating cereal for whatever reason, and you're playing Nintendo 64's GoldenEye 007 on like TV, and it's split in four, and you're running around.
Yes.
And you're running around the entire game like, I don't know where they're at, even though I'm looking at the screen and can see where they're at.
It was, what did I play? I liked Smash Brothers.
Yeah, Super Smash Brothers was my ish.
I like that because I think you didn't have to have the split screen. Everyone was just on there.
Yeah.
And can like fuck shit up.
I played as Jigglypuff quite a bit.
Dreamcast Sonic was the... I didn't even know Sonic came on Dreamcast. What is that?
What? I was today years old. I have been
Banjo-Kazooie. I know Banjo-Kazooie for N64 is such a rare game. I think maybe in like 2016 there was like a vintage video game store I went to, and I was like looking to buy games, and that game was $120 they wanted for it.
What?
Because it was so rare.
Wow.
But yeah, that game was fun. Zelda too. Zelda, probably Ocarina of Time is probably my favorite one.
I can see that.
I liked going inside the tree and like all that fucking shit. So cool.
So
so cool.
What RPGs do you play?
I've been playing The Witcher 3. the Wild Hunt lately.
Hmm.
The map on it is just, it's ridiculously huge. Like if you wanted to like 100% this game, I think it would take like a long time. It's a good game to grind.
I think yesterday me and Aaron were talking about these things, and one of the things that he brought up was like Elder Scrolls and how
I've never played it.
I haven't either, but I see people playing it.
We can play it together.
Is it
that a
co-op?
thing?
I don't know.
Can you co-op Elder Scrolls?
I would yell Aaron, but I don't think he's in here, so he would know.
Tell me, one of you knows.
They sold repaired Nintendo products and sold the first car bag phones. Holy crap! One of Brian Skelton in my chat says that his uncle owned the first Nintendo store in their city. That's awesome. Like the pre-Blockbuster.
Paperboy and Nintendo. That's when you're riding the bicycle and you like through.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Duck Hunter.
Remember, I think I saw that in an arcade game. I think. Maybe I was.
Elder Scrolls is not a co-op. And see, I saw a lot of people playing New World.
I bought it. I have not loaded it up and played it.
I've seen a lot of people playing it, and then a lot of people stopped playing it.
I think someone said because there's nothing more you can do. Like once you cap your level, like there's not any more updates to it or something. But like I said, I don't know. Hi, you guys. Hi. Oh, yeah. Music break.
Sorry. I was sitting here and I'm like, God, it's
I had a dance break. Great.
Oh, man. Just. Sorry. The refrigerator that's behind me, the door was cracked open apparently, and it's right in front of my heater. So the heater was running nonstop. I was like, it's getting hot in here.
Oh, yeah. I love it. Love it.
Turning my game room into a sauna.
Hey, that's great.
Something I heard on the new game, New World, was that the one of the issues was like you would go in and you would start this quest or whatever. The task would be like a level 15 task, and you go through and you complete it, and you'd be level 15, and you could get through it. And it takes forever to level up. But then the very next task would be like a level 24 task. And it gets harder to level up the further it goes. So it got to a point where it was almost like, what do you want me to do? I can't get to a level high enough to have the things I need to have to do the quest, because it's over the top difficult.
I feel like now at this point, if I start to play it, anyone I would ask to play with me is already super high level. So they would just like carry me through all the fucking shit that I would have to. Like it wouldn't be as rewarding at this point. But I don't know. I'm not really a New World fucking World of Warcraft type of like those MMOs. Yeah, not really that kind of like RPGs. What was I saying? Survival horror.
Okay.
I love being scared.
Have you seen Icarus?
Is that the one with the mirror?
And it's a survival game.
Oh, I thought you were talking. I swear to God, hold on. Now I have to look at my phone. I'm like 82% sure there's a movie.
There's a game called Icarus on Steam. It's like the first cohort or something like that. But effectively, it's a survival game where you're on like an Earth-y typed planet. You are human, and you were being sent to this other planet to try to terraform it to get it ready to be an inhabitable planet. And you go through and you build it up and do different things, and it seems to be pretty intense. Like you have to watch how your food you've got to eat, so you've got to go through all these different things in order to survive. I mean, it's a true survival game. You got to feed yourself, you got to build shelter, you got to do all this stuff. I think it is. It hasn't released yet. It actually is set to release December the 4th. You can go and watch some of the videos of it on Steam.
Wait. No, you said you're on like another planet one. They're coming out with I go on Steam every fucking day and I just fucking look at games to play. Like I don't know why, but I do. And there are some that are like fantasy like that, and there are ones that are like actually like you're in the fucking Arctic and you have to like find shelter and survive the cold and make a fire. Like crazy.
Have you seen Scum?
No.
Scum is a survival game, and it is literally very, very realistic in that you have to clothe yourself. You have to pick and find and skirmish sticks to forge shelters, to forge fires. You have to actually cook your food. If you get if you found a piece of
like you eat it raw, you can like get sick.
Right.
Yeah.
And if you go into an area of the map where it's really cold and you get in the water and you get out, you can get hypothermia. I mean, like all of these things are
People
there.
like really want to fucking challenge. Okay, got that.
Yeah. And so, I mean, it's one of those things like being that you're into the type of survival. I mean, Rust is another one that I've seen some people play. And I've been interested in Rust as well. But
I played Rust once and I got turned off because I had to play it on mouse and key. I won't lie.
Not a big M&K,
but I will give it another try.
Well, I'm looking for things that I'm going to be able to just have fun doing while having fun doing it with other people.
Same. Invite me. What the fuck?
When Aaron and Latimer keep talking about various different game modes and stuff like that for survivals. And Icarus was one they were talking about last night. I watched some videos of it and it's interesting. It looks neat. But I've never been a big sci-fi-y kind of person, so the whole like you might have to fight some weird trimmer looking thing coming up out of the ground just seems kind of odd to me. Okay. So Battlefield. Yeah, I'll be honest with you.
Okay. We're fine. Everything's just falling over, dropping stuff. It's cool.
Somebody in my chat said Rust is dog shit. Yeah, I agree. It's kind of for me, and they also mentioned playing Battlefield. I've got Battlefield.
I've never played Battlefield. Not one.
I loved Battlefield 1943 or 43 I think it was. And it was a World War II game. It was super simple and it was a lot of fun. And then I played Bad Company 2 and it was a hell of a lot of fun. I played Battlefield 3 and 4 and had fun with those. I didn't play any of the other Battlefields. I've got Battlefield 2042. I've played like 8 games of it and it's boring as hell.
No way.
I
keep hearing mixed. It's either dog shit or it's really good.
I'm sure that if we had like 15 people, 12 people in a Discord chat like this, and we jumped in and played Battlefield as a group,
I think that would be dope.
It would be absolutely fun.
Bad Company, miss them days.
Yeah.
Where have I been? These are all FPS shits, aren't they?
It is an FPS. It's a first-person shooter. But it's also got dynamics, so you can drive a tank, and if somebody's camping in a house, you can blow the damn house up and take the house down.
Oh, I think I played Dishonored. That was like a first person, but that wasn't really like shooty. That was like some weird rats. Some shit, something with fucking rats or some shit. I don't know. Again, it wasn't my thing.
Hey, it's sometimes it's not for everybody. That's the reality of it.
But we're trying it out.
Right.
We're trying it out.
Like I said, my thing's never been the big sci-fi kind of thing, but I have actually thoroughly enjoyed playing Halo. And it's just because it's not it's not Warzone for one. So I'm instantly in a position where I know that I'm playing a game that people have played for 20 years. Yeah. I know it's a new game, but they've played Halo for 20 years.
Yeah.
So I'm at a 20-year disadvantage. So I'm not going into this game with any type of mindset of I'm going to be competitive because I'm not.
Oh, yeah.
So now the game instantly becomes a lot more enjoyable for me. And you start to figure it out.
FPS and sports games are essentially jock game.
Yeah.
That's like weirdly accurate. Like I understand what he's saying.
Yeah. You get the quasi alpha male people playing FPSs.
Play some
and
Dota and then we'll see what's up.
play some, huh?
Dota.
Huh?
League of Legends.
Oh,
Like that kind of.
okay.
That I'm pretty sure League of Legends, is it Dota or League of Legends, has like the biggest like prize pool for their competitions. It was like $40 million prize pool.
It's got to be, I think, League of Legends, because I know the name League of Legends from some big tournaments that I've seen pop up.
Got
I would
it.
assume.
Definitely. I streamed a little Miss Pac-Man once. I like regular Pac-Man, though. I don't know. Miss Pac-Man looks like a fucking bitch.
You both need to try the forest or green hell. What are you talking about,
I
Dylan?
love the forest. I will love to play the forest with you. Great.
I don't
game.
even know what it is.
I love it. It's like Rust with monsters.
Okay.
Monsters. Dead by Daylight. I'd be down to
Monsters.
play Dead by Daylight. I feel like that's another game that I would want to play like with people. Show me the way.
I want to find that game that it's fun to play. You can have fun playing it by yourself because there's not always people to play with.
I was gonna ruin this right now.
And then also a game that you can play with a bunch of people and have fun with doing it. That's what I want to find.
The ultimate game.
Right. What is it?
Minecraft.
No. I'm done. No. I'm kidding. I see.
Minecraft is therapeutic. I don't care what anybody says. That music. You build yourself a nice little log cabin by a little lake. You relax.
To be fair, the game you were talking about where it's like just an open world sandbox thing, I could see.
Gary's mod. Go check it out. Like, go look it up on. Like, go look up a fucking video on it. It's pretty dope.
I will check it out. Rat meow. Rat meow.
Oh, yeah. All right, check it out. I'm gonna grab a beverage of water. I guess. No beer in my house.
What is Gmod and how to play? Interesting. Very loud in my ears. Very loud in my ears. Apparently I dropped out something. That looks pretty neat, actually. Huh. It's based off of Vampire the Masquerade's board game. Blood Hunt's a vampire style battle royale. Interesting. The game looks really neat, actually. It really does. It's very neat.
Alexa, are you still here? I totally lied. God. My girlfriend left alcohol in my fridge. I'm sorry. Babe, if you're out there, I'll get you another. There's still one more, but whatever. Love you.
Seferino says that's why I play the trucking sim. It's fun to run by yourself. You can run up to 8 people.
Can you play that with people?
It's now officially
Fuck you.
co-op. No lies, co-op. And I want to play it. Like,
I've been so adamant that I won't play it unless I have a steering wheel, but I can forego $300 and play.
I don't well, yeah, I could play it to have fun and not have $300 to spend on a steering wheel, but I feel like I would enjoy it more if I had the steering wheel. Just, you know.
Pasta. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's do it. How many people can you be driving with? Can we like do some Fast and the Furious shit? Like you guys can be like driving the trucks and I can like pull up in a Honda. What's up? Like steal y'all's haul.
That'd be kind of cool. Honestly.
I was gonna say you can do the convoy type in ATS. I'm so ready. My body is ready.
Yeah, I definitely need to. I need to.
Okay, fine. All right, dope. I have permission to open this.
Oh, yeah.
That was good. Yeah, we're keeping this right here.
And see, like that's kind of like he plays on controller, and it's fun for now. I'll eventually get a steering wheel. Okay.
Okay.
I actually saw a mod, like a plastic clip, right? I'll have to see if I can find it. So I've got the Scuff Vantage, so it's, you know, laid out like an Xbox controller.
I have an aim controller.
There you go. And the one that I
Why are we
saw,
doing
there was this plastic clip thing that mounted to the controller, and it was a little steering wheel.
I've seen it. You can it was like 3D printed?
Yeah.
Yes. All
I was
right,
like,
chat, who has a 3D fucking printer?
yeah, right?
How are you doing? I'm doing so good.
So.
This is lit. I like podcasts. Let's keep talking. He's like, no. You said I didn't forget Minecraft. Like, no.
Yeah, no, I'll be honest. I've never actually understood Minecraft in any way, shape, or form. I've watched people play it.
I don't understand it either. All I know is that I can like dig for shit and like make things. Like my whole goal in it is just like make a bomb ass house, and then I try to like collect diamond shit. That's about it.
Okay.
I live in Booby Land. If anyone wants to join in, my world is called Booby Land. Haven't been there in a while though.
Her bedroom is in the Ta Tower.
Love it. Oh my God. I gotta write this down. If you're a content creator, always keep a notepad and a pen by your desk.
Exactly. That way she could look out the window from Ta Tower and see Cleavage Canyon. Yeah, it's a thing.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
I thought it was a condom on your screen for a second, just looking really fast. Like the ring of a used condom on your TV. Yes. Sorry.
Yes, we take condoms and we spin them.
I speak my mind a lot. Like, I'm not even telling you. I was just thinking that out loud. I was like, yo, that's a condom.
This is my DHT trip screen.
Oh, yeah. If you got some little shroomies, some psycho blacka blacks. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, at that 20, 30 minutes, it's insane.
I was like, I can't look away now.
I know.
I love this man. My girlfriend loves you. Go be with him then.
Whoa, no, my wife will kill all of us.
No, we're that couple that'll be an ongoing joke.
I know. It's like I've got several people in my chat. Aaron is a prime example. Apparently he's husband number 3 or 2 to my wife, and apparently I'm his boo thing. And he has a tendency to only call me when we sit down for dinner.
Nice.
Just every time we sit down for dinner, phone rings. It's Aaron.
Baby.
Cleavage Canyon. Yes, that's specifically. It's got to be a thing now.
I've been there a few times, huh? Haven't I, babe?
Sorry.
Right? You turn your face. You just sit and then the cheeks go up.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Like bags of sand.
My favorite thing. Okay, I'm sitting down. Girl, my wife walks up. I wrap my arms around her, lay my head down. Right there. Perfect. Especially if she starts scratching your back and shit. Oh, game over. I go to sleep.
Babe, are you writing this down? Back scratchies.
Yes.
Yes.
Let me lay my head on the bosom.
Strips, huh? Is it chicken strips or chicken tenders? I gotta find a button. Did they add buttons to buttons?
They are always adding buttons to buttons.
I love buttons. Do I still have it? I do.
Bruh.
Oh, where is it? There you are. Boop. Chicken strips. Chicken strips. There it is. Are you gonna be able to hear this too?
I don't know.
Oh.
Can you still hear me? No, you can't. Can you hear me now? Does this work? No. Okay.
I have to see. Hold on.
Mic check mark. There we go. Can you hear me now?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, this is what I was seeing.
Macaroni with the chicken
strips.
I love it. We gotta remind me. I need to make that a new button.
Yes. Yes.
There's another one too of like a baby, like 2 years old. That's like, can I get a high?
No.
Yes. I live like this is why I do not have TikTok. I'm scared. I get lost in fucking Facebook videos of like men cooking steak in the woods. Like I'm scared of what's gonna happen if I get TikTok. I am.
I actually have to limit my exposure to TikTok personally. Like, I have to mentally do that.
Scary, dog.
Well, here's, for me, it's a little different. I'm one of those types of people. I'm an empath. So I can feel joy in people's successes and their joy and happiness. I can feel the sadness when somebody's upset. Like I just boom, it's part of me. And there are videos and stuff on TikTok that are absolutely incredible and joyous. But then do
we want to get started on that topic right now? Like I can already think of like 2 off the top of my head.
Yeah. There's a video that's floated around for a long time that I've absolutely loved. And it's like in Korea or China or like Vietnam or Thailand or something like that. I think it's Thailand. In fact,
Brad said, do not download fucking TikTok.
Yeah.
Okay. Noted.
Yeah. A lot of it's just thirst traps. That's all it is. It's all thirst traps. It's just a bunch of people shaking their parts on the screen, which can be entertaining, but it's softcore, so it's kind of frustrating.
So what my girlfriend sends me on the daily. Thanks, baby.
I can't even get that. Lucky. I'm better off finding a Sears catalog.
I fucking hate. Do they still make those?
I don't know.
Is there Sears is still open?
Right? I don't think so. I don't know. But
oh god, I'm so scared of TikTok.
The video is like this lady that's screaming at this young little boy as she's kicking him out of the store because he was stealing some medicine and stuff like that. And this old man was giving a bag of this soup to a homeless guy who was hungry, and he sees the screaming and stuff like that, and he walks up, and the lady takes the medicine and stuff out of his hand, and the old guy's like, hang on. He goes, why were you taking that? Is somebody you know sick? And he nodded, and he goes, who? He goes, my mom. So the dude literally pulled cash out of his hand, handed it to the store owner, bagged it up with some soup, and gave it to him. And like, you see, it's like 15 years later or something like that. The dad, this guy, falls. He's having like a heart attack or something like that, and he's in the hospital. And the doctor, the daughter who was in this is like asleep on the side of the bed basically, and she wakes up and there's a bill, and it's like 15 million baht. You know, and she's freaking out, thinking she's gonna have to sell the place, and they put up a for sale sign on the business and stuff like that. And all of a sudden she's asleep again and at the place, and wakes up, and it says that the bill is paid, and it's paid in full 15 years ago with a bag of medicine and a bag of soup. No. And it's the little boy. Yes. Those types of things. Yes. You get some of those types of things on TikTok, and then you get the, you know, the random girl who walks up and she's like,
kitty,
you know, who wore it better in baggy, and she's like, you know, it's like thirst, and it's like, you know, and the next thing you know is you can pretty much draw her nipples on the shirt because she stretched it so thin. I mean,
I'm getting TikTok. I think the one that I watched, this straight up made me fucking cry at work.
What up, Tyrone?
It was a fucking lady, like a pet psychiatrist, and it was the question, like, when our dogs go to heaven, like, what is heaven for them? And she proceeds to like go into saying how heaven for our dogs is them basically Tyrone. Going to us again, like we are their heaven. And you know, like reading the comments into it, like I was just like, oh god, like it's fucking cute, you know, like little wholesome things like that. Or you know, a guy who he just receives donations, and he gives like food out to like families in like, you know, South America that are like living in the fucking middle of nowhere, that have nothing, like their children haven't eaten for days, like things like that. Like I can get stuck into all of that, but I mean,
yep,
I'm ready to draw nipples on, like
there's plenty of it. I promise you. The thirst is crazy on
We'll
TikTok.
never see Stony again. Oh my god.
Oh no, she'll go live.
Can I post my sweet dab videos on there?
Yeah, I think so.
I'm doing it right now. Y'all killed it.
So literally all we're gonna see is Stony like this. Oh my god, did y'all see that one? I shared it.
Did you guys see the one? It's gonna be like Bella Porch, like the very first TikTok. You guys
Right.
gotta look at this one. It's
Right.
like, bitch, that's been around. Like, grow up. I get it.
The
I
link,
can be with it.
the link to my Discord should be in
wait,
my description, is it not?
Old.
Should be. It's not. Okay. Where do I find that? To be honest with you, I'm Discord retarded.
Ah, yeah. Perfect. I'm doing it. I share some of my clips from streams on my TikTok. Can you live stream from TikTok?
Yes. Yes, you can when
Can
you
you live stream from OnlyFans? Asking for a friend.
Yes. I'm trying to keep OnlyFans off of my page because I don't want people getting my OnlyFans. I keep it separated, you know.
Send
Gotta
him
keep
my
it
way,
separated.
daddy.
Oh yeah.
I'm just kidding. There's none of that here.
What?
After 1,000 followers, yes, you can do. My girlfriend is still in my chat. What? I didn't mean that. It starts on TikTok.
It ends on OnlyFans.
OnlyFans house, whatever it's called. I don't want to continue with Facebook. I don't want you guys to know I have a TikTok. And I'm putting on stream right now as I connect with Google.
Dylan, are we friends on this?
Google.
On Discord?
Macaroni.
With the chicken strip.
Tony C877. Fuck out of here. What do I want my username to be? You can always change this later. Not available. Let's see. Can I have spaces?
There is in the
All right. We're signed up.
in the page
Choose your interest.
in the chat is the Discord
Nipple
name. Send me a
tracing.
friend request. So this is just gonna be us two for this one, by the way. We're not bringing anybody
Where do I
else in
find
on the chat.
boobies? Like, where's the booby category?
Just start scrolling, and the first time you start
I
seeing,
have to choose interests. I don't see boobies.
yeah, no, it's they try to keep it kind of hidden. You just start
I like
scrolling.
EDM. Okay.
If
I like dogs.
you start following people that do the thirst trap stuff, it keeps popping up on your For You page.
Stony. My girlfriend hates me, apparently. I have EDM and dogs. Let's go. Attack on Titan? Okay. I don't watch that, though.
I also have the Clapper app too. Yeah, I agree,
that?
Bradley. It's like an adult OnlyFans, not necessarily like an adult TikTok. It's more like an adult run TikTok, and less like there's less restrictions, less BS.
More titty?
Probably. I haven't found it yet, but I haven't really looked a whole lot.
K-pop. Go away.
K-pop.
I like pets. I like cats.
I love lamp.
I like birds. I like baby animals.
Yes.
I like wildlife and horses. And aquariums and animal rescue and farms. Okay, next.
I also like
Swipe
EDM.
up.
Yeah, so
I
you
just swipe up, that's it?
Yep, you can mindlessly scroll. That's how you get sucked in. And you can go into the For You pages. You can start following people, so you'll get stuff like that coming up. Yeah.
Is that a cute puppy?
Yeah, it's right behind you on the floor.
has nothing to do with pets or EDM. This guy's just drawing on the fucking ground. I hate TikTok. I give up. I'm bored. I want to know why. I want to know why. Why did that just happen to me? Fuck that. I'll give it another try later. I selected EDM, pets, cats, fucking horses, all animal shit, and then it's a dude just like, he like throws out one of those little fucking blind people sticks with a marker on the end, and he starts fucking painting on the ground. What the fuck is that?
You what now? Sorry.
Basically, what I put for my interest, the guy just didn't do anything that I was interested in. I don't get it.
I don't know. I am so
Hopefully
confused.
Warzone is me.
Yeah.
I'm talking. I've seen his videos. He's awesome. Oh, did I like miss out on like something really dope right now? Good. I hope I did. Oh, that guy. I've seen him. Can I go follow that guy? The IKEA guy? He just lost a customer. Good. Don't come back. You think I care? You guys talk about? Okay. I'm going to stop talking now.
So,
okay.
You know, something that's interesting to me, being that you're on the West Coast and I'm on the Southeast Coast. And
okay.
I say that specifically.
Florida. You're in Cuba, aren't you? I fucking knew it.
Yeah, you see my tan? I mean, hello. No, I'm in Georgia. And Georgia. I'm near the ATL, shouty. Sure enough.
Okay.
But the irony is, here in the state of Georgia, weed and stuff like that's still illegal. Completely.
And that's why I kind of don't want to move to Texas just yet.
I don't blame you. In most places, it's still illegal, which is sad. I think it's stupid.
I think absolutely.
I mean, I genuinely, I have never done it. Never have. But I don't think that realistically I need the government to tell me I can't do it either.
Right? I feel that.
So I've got friends that do it. It doesn't make any difference to me. I also went through and was working at a nightclub at 18 years old and shit like that. So it was like, I really didn't drink a ton either, because I just dealt with. I worked around it so much, it really just was like, eh.
Like a turn off, kind of.
Yeah.
Not turn off, but.
I didn't want to drink to the excess that I watched people who just turned 21.
You see the bad sides of it.
Yep. And no, I've never smoked weed. Somebody asked me, he's like, wait, hold up. You've never, not once, never consumed it in any way, shape, or form.
I haven't always been. I actually didn't really start smoking weed like I do until I got out of the military. I tried it as a kid. I didn't fucking like it. It wasn't for me.
Man, I've got roommates that or I've got a roommate that's, you know, been a veteran and they have in the past used it for different things, from pain management to, you know, nerves and stuff like that. I mean, he's got a twitch when he gets really nervous, and it helps.
Chad said Georgia has medical. They have decriminalized possession up to an ounce.
They do.
Use your knowledge.
They do, but you're still, even if it's an ounce, they won't arrest you for it, but you're still gonna go to court and you're still gonna get a massive fine. And when I mean massive, we're talking like $1,500 minimum.
Illegal. In Atlanta and Savannah. What does decriminalized mean? Like, you can have it on you if you have your card, basically?
No, it's more along the lines of, let's say, for example, I had just a blunt, for example, just something a little small.
Yeah.
And I got pulled over and they found it on me. Before the decriminalization of marijuana, I would be arrested on the spot for possession of illegal substances. And I'd be taken to jail until arraignment. And once they've decriminalized it, they're not going to arrest you, but they're going to give you a ticket, just like a speeding ticket. Yeah.
Fines range from $75 to $300. Reading the state statutes right now. Okay. Hey, the more you know.
I know this buddy of mine got he got like a $1,500 fine from it. He may have had more than he was supposed to have, and it was probably baggied up, knowing him. So it's probably intent to distribute. So
An ounce? I spoke too much.
Yeah. I mean, they're getting to
all
the
this
point.
Talking about it, I'm like,
If they legalize it, my pain management would be easier. You're right.
Yeah, I have people in my chat definitely pain. Like I mean, personally, for me, I think I've told you this before. I was on 11 prescription pills a day through the VA, and I kind of turned to this as an alternative because my liver, my fucking kidneys. I've been out of the military since 2013 and taking 11 pills a day every day.
Yep.
I don't want to do that anymore. I'd rather do some damage to my lungs then.
Have you ever, I'm just going to ask a generic statement here. Have you ever hiccup and burped at the same time and you get that real sharp pain right here in the center of your chest?
Yeah.
I've had that exact pain consistently, nonstop, every single second of every single day since February 18th of 2008.
What happened?
A chemical exposure.
Like you inhaled something?
Yeah.
What did you inhale?
Noxious fumes. To be fair, I worked for the local government, was working around a bunch of chemicals and stuff like that, and they had a containment leak, and it scarred my lungs. I have 75% of my lung capacity. I effectively have the lungs of a 75-year-old chain smoker. The smell of bleach kills it for me. I mean, instantly. The smell of bleach, instant asthma attack.
Really?
So,
That's scary.
And for the longest time, I'm here to tell you, I had.
Are you getting compensation for this? Like,
I have. It's done. It's a workman's comp claim. It's not lifelong.
So you're gonna get better.
This is permanent at this point.
Then shouldn't you be able to like get some kind of disability for that?
I'm sure I could. I could get some sort of assistance. I'm sure I could. But at this moment in time,
come on, get that fucking placard at least. Get some good parking.
I have thought about, but
all right, cool. I'm sorry, I don't mean, I know that's not like a joke. I'm not trying to make
no, you're good.
A joke of anyone's disability or anything like that, but you know.
Yeah, it's all right.
I like to be lighthearted about things, you guys. Yeah.
I had a similar situation as Bo in your chat saying a chlorine gas is a chlorine
gas.
It's pretty crazy. So
I can't. It's just okay. The only thing I can compare it to is like taking a really hot dab. Like what? It just you breathe in and it's just burn. It just hurts your throat, your lungs. I'm assuming you cough or.
Yep.
Like.
I walk into it, I smell it, and my lungs instantly start burning. My sinuses like literally puff up, and I start draining. And then I genuinely struggle, like have an asthma attack, can't breathe, and it's like a light switch. I walk in, smell it, I gotta do a 180. I gotta get fresh air, and then for like an hour I'll be, just trying to breathe and stuff.
Yeah.
But one of the crazy things is they were giving me pain pills by the pound.
Yeah.
I mean, it was insane. I took 2 Dilaudid a day, one every 12 hours.
2 Dilaudid? 2 what?
Yeah, 2 Dilaudid. It's a synthetic heroin. Yep. It's a synthetic heroin used for pain management. It's super, super strong. It's stronger than morphine. I took 4 Percocets, one every 4 hours. And I took 12 Loratabs.
Diluted. Got it.
And diluted, Dilaudid. I'm down here in the banjo area, so some of the phrases I say are probably way out of character to what they're supposed to be. But I mean, I took enough medication at that time to numb just about everything. And to the point, we're talking, I went and got a tattoo, right? down in my armpits and shit.
Ooh. No, thank you.
Didn't bother me a bit. Didn't bother me a bit. I went back a few years ago because I got a rose put on the shoulder cap of everything, and I was like, hey, while you're there, just a little bit of yellow, put it in the eyes of the skulls. And the dude's like, yeah, okay. We got into here, I about punched him. I was like, holy shit, I was really fucked up for a long time, and I thought I still hurt. I didn't. That's
rough.
But I genuinely, I see a need for things like medicinal based usages. There's so much benefit to it, but I just don't understand.
I don't even fucking care. You're going to a fucking family get together. I would 1,000% rather someone bring a fucking pack of joints instead of a fucking pack of beer. You want to like leave? Okay, you can stay till you're not high anymore. You can spend the night. Like I feel, the whole like alcohol related deaths and overdoses, all that kind of shit and statistics you can bring up. It's just all around safer.
Yeah.
In my opinion, it's so weird how people like, I get if it's not for you, but these people that are, actively like just fucking go in on it, how bad it is, and not even like religiously, like the devil's fucking, shit like that. But
yeah, I live below the Bible Belt. I guess it's the devil's lettuce. I don't care. I don't.
Devil's lettuce is good.
The reality is this: I have never consumed it. I really don't have any intention to. I really don't. It's just not for me. But
why has everyone inhaled like fumes of some kind? Everyone there's people in my chat like, yeah, they're mustard gas. He's like, yeah, that should happen to me. Like,
yeah.
I hope you guys claim your shit, get your money.
So, the thing is like, you look at it this way, people are saying, oh, if they legalize marijuana, they're gonna have to legalize this. Fine, legalize all of it. I really don't care.
Yeah.
If you want to take and do heroin, you want to do coke, you want to do this, you want to do that, I don't care. It doesn't make a difference. And if you want to take and do a dab, I don't care, by the way. If that's what you're covering up for, I don't care.
I'm not sure how Facebook feels about this, so.
Yeah, probably not what they want. To be fair, probably a TOS issue. Yeah. So, but legalize all of it, because the reality is people say, oh, there's such a drug pandemic. And sure, there are drug issues. There's issues with everything. There's also alcohol issues. And right now I can drive down to my local Walgreens or CVS, my local pharmacy, and buy enough alcohol to kill myself.
Right.
And nobody will stop me. Not once. The biggest thing is I'm an adult. I'm a grown ass man. I know exactly what I want in life. I know who I am. I know what I'm worth. And that's the biggest thing. I know what I'm worth. And I'll come back to that point.
Definitely know your fucking worth.
But if I felt like going and I want to get a little high, I want to do a little something, I'm a grown ass man. I'm going to do what I want to do. You can either legalize it and do the things that you want to do and lessen the tax burdens on your tax paying citizens with the amount of incarcerated citizens, and put people back on the world and let people keep doing the shit they want to do. If somebody wants to take and get so high all day long, every single day, that they can't do anything, then let them do that. That's their prerogative. I just don't want somebody telling me what I can and can't do. That's it. So, if I wanted to go take and do a line off a stripper's ass, just fine.
Right. As long as you're not hurting other people, the elderly, babies, animals,
right,
the earth, like, do whatever the fuck you want.
Right.
Like, do it.
Snake and edible, bruh. Leave them lungs alone. Yeah. I've thought about it.
We all have. Maybe we'll try some Eddies. Hey. I wonder if you could OD that way.
I'm sure it's possible. But I feel like your body would reject it. Just like alcohol. You take, like, I know for a fact that if I took this and I started
just looking at it, so angry, and
oh no, it's
my mouth is getting all
smooth and sweet, tasty. But if I were to take and turn that whole thing up and chug all of it, within an hour, I'd throw it up.
I would say in a couple minutes.
Yeah, most likely. I'm just saying within an hour, just to be safe. Because, you know, some people are like, no, I won't. I'm going to fight it. I'm not going to throw up. 45 minutes later.
I want to throw up right now just thinking about it.
Yeah. I mean, that's the reality of life, though, man. Like, why? Like, I've always thought about getting into politics.
Oh, God.
But I want to get into politics because I actually want to take and change policy.
Okay.
I don't give two flying fucks about the hierarchy of what politics has become. Don't care. I think that honestly, you know, to phrase it, I genuinely feel like there needs to be term limits. I think there needs to be a long laundry list of things, but I really think that I don't think as a politician, because you're supposed to be an elected representative of the people in the area that you're in, you shouldn't make more than the average income of the people you represent.
Agree.
Maybe 15% more because you're doing a lot more. You're traveling a lot. You are. Yeah. So I'll give you a little bit of a bump. But if the governor of Georgia versus what I make
said it's all fucking corrupt money, hungry old white men. That's
and white women.
True. Yeah. White people.
I know. So yes, it's Henny, Tyrone, actually.
Disgusting.
But so to the point, because there are people that'll argue Cynthia's point to a point on whether or not it's just the money side of things. Okay, I'm gonna throw this one statistic out and then we'll move on past politics because it's a slippery slope.
Such a touch. Yes.
I
agree.
So
peace
this
and
is
love.
Exactly. I hate everyone equally, including myself. Yeah. So the I'm gonna use Nancy Pelosi as a specific to this.
Ooh.
So Nancy Pelosi has been in office for 35 years. Nancy Pelosi is currently the Speaker of the House, and the current Speaker of the House, I believe, makes $185,000 annually. So the reality is she's not always held that position. She's not always made this much money. This is the most she's made since she's gotten into the industry. I'm not calling it an industry, honestly. But since she's gotten into that position. Now, let's just say she has always been the Speaker of the House, and she's always made the exact same amount. So she's been in office for 35 years.
Ugh.
And she makes $185,000 annually, which means she would make $6.475 million in the 35 years she has been in office. That would be her effective income net worth. Nancy Pelosi. I'm Googling it right now so that I have actual.
Yeah. I like this.
Nancy Pelosi's congressional salary is $193,400. So I'm going to correct that. 35 times 193,400. $6.769 million. Her net worth is $196 million.
Wow. That's a lot.
How do you, I just want to know, how does somebody who should have made in 35 years $6.769 million end up with $196 million?
Yeah.
Or as a net worth, which means that she's increased her overall net worth 345 or 3,500%. That's pretty insane to me.
Yeah.
That's I'm gonna leave it at that. So
yeah, that doesn't make.
I mean, people say
Houseway.
Yes. Houseway. But I mean, you look at, we're getting back to some of like the marijuana topics and stuff like that. Like you look at like Colorado, you look at California, you look at several of the states that have legalized it and have opened up job markets for it and availability and stuff like that. It makes a lot of sense the taxes and the way that they did it in Colorado, I believe, is a lot better than the way that they did it in California, because the tax incentives to actually be a dispensary make sense. It's a profitable, capable business. Whereas in California, it's more there as an offer, but they really have a better opportunity to be in another state than to be in California. They're taxed so high just to be the business, and they're restricted in so many different ways that it makes the illegal side of that drug a lot more profitable than it was before. They actually made the criminalization of it more than the legal side of it. I mean, you look at, everybody talks about taxes and how much money you get taken out of your paychecks, and where's it going, what's it going to, and who's getting the money, and why isn't the stuff that's supposed to be fixed and stuff like that. Hell, legalize weed, tax it, make it whatever. I mean, they put a huge tax on cigarettes. They put a huge tax on alcohol. Tax the hell out of weed. I don't care. I mean, me personally, I don't use it, but if that means that the roads are going to be better so it doesn't bust the hell out of my truck or my car while I'm driving down the road, I can hold a conversation with somebody on the phone while I'm driving down the road because my phone's not banging around all over the place. Great. If that means that my child who's not yet born, when they go to school, the teacher that's making an income makes a truly good quality paycheck, and they're gonna
dude, poor fucking teachers.
Yeah, they're gonna give my child a good quality education. Better yet, our service members, both in the military and at home, our first responders, our policemen, our firefighters, are making livable wages. They can actually at that point afford to bring, and this is one thing, when you want to buy a product, you look at the product, you look at the reviews, you look at the information, and if you can buy one product and there's like 5 different price ranges of that same product, maybe different brands, well, one brand is the most expensive but it's the best quality, and you are truly going to invest in this product, you'll buy the best quality product.
Of course.
It's the same way when you're an employer trying to hire an employee. I'm offering top dollar, but I want a top quality person for this position.
Of course.
If I'm going to offer $34,000 a year for somebody to get shot at and demoralized every single day, what are you left with? You're left with a lot of people who show up for a paycheck, not for a career.
Yeah.
You ever been to Walmart? You ever tried to go through the lines at Walmart? There's like 2 people there and nobody gives 2 flying shits about what's going on. They're there for a paycheck. Police, same thing. Firefighters, same thing.
It's
you know,
it's true.
It's just, you know, that's the reality of things. We could take and reinvest our money in other places. We can reinvest our energy in other places and be better off.
Yeah.
We really need to reinvest a lot more energy in ourselves.
Definitely. God, I'm like,
a lot of information.
It is a lot of information. It makes me think about, it opened my eyes, I would say, and I don't know if it's in like a bad or good way, but something that I hadn't taken into consideration was, also kind of a touchy subject, was immigration, but it was an article on Japan closing its borders to refugees because they were like, we need to take care of our own people. And I was like damn, like in the back of my head, I can like understand that. And at the same time, I question, like, why hasn't the US done this? Not that I have a problem with it or anything. The thought did, you know, come across my mind, but also like I don't know our policies or, you know, Japan's whole thing either. Like it's a topic I
Tyrone, I go live most days. I typically play video games. I know.
Oh, he's talking to other people.
Yeah, I was asked when's the next time we're gonna do this, and this is the first one that I've done in about a year.
That's so dope.
I used to do them once a week, every Sunday, and at a very specific time, but it gets to be very laborious to do that, and I don't want this to feel scripted and forced. Like this conversation has literally just gone from one topic to the next, and it's natural and it's a flow, and people can get behind that.
Certain thing we were choosing to talk about.
Correct.
We started talking off stream, and then just were like, hey, you know what?
Let's just go ahead and go live. This is that's It's a simple conversation between two adults, and we can agree to disagree on things. There's never a time. One of the things that I'd like people to know moving forward is that you don't have to agree with me, but I will never, ever, a second of my life, ever ostracize you for feeling any way that you feel. You're entitled to feel the way you feel, and you have your opinions, and I respect that.
I agree.
So, but probably I'm going to do this once every month. So I'm going to do it just, that way the people that are going to be on the podcasts have time to prep for it, and we know ahead of time whether there's going to be issues, and it gives me time to create some hype behind it and some interaction. And then, I ask people in my chats all the time, we're doing a podcast this weekend. What are some of the things you guys want to hear us talk about?
Yeah.
It's not just me. It's not a me thing. It's not a you thing. It's an us thing. So,
Definitely.
but that was it. I would like to talk about that subject though. So
You just heard what Cynthia said?
I haven't yet. No, I gotta find it again.
You said that. I didn't know if we were looking at the same thing.
About the government doesn't want to change and move from fossil fuels instead of renewable and solar energy because of the money revolving petroleum. Yes and no.
Ooh.
So I'm going to touch on the immigration thing real quick, and then I'll move on to the fuels. So I appreciate that, Tyrone, for real. So the biggest thing is this. When it comes to the immigration side of things, there has, right now in the United States, you realistically only have a two-party system. You've got a Democratic and a Republic-based system. There are people that run as independents. Some of them win certain local spots and stuff like that, and I hope that they really do win those things. But the reality is you have a conservative narrative and a liberal narrative, and they tend to swing in both directions. Make no mistake about it, there are liberal Republicans just as much as there are conservative Democrats, and anybody who says any different has blinders on so thick Ray Charles can see through them. But the issue is immigration is an issue that they can make politically a relevant topic every 2 to 4 years. It's a problem they don't want to solve because it's a problem that they can gain votes off of.
Yeah.
Here's just, I know this is two totally different things. You had a virus that mutated from only within animals to being within humans from a clinical manipulation, i.e. COVID. That is a fact. It's not an opinion. That's what happened. COVID has been a thing in the veterinary world for decades. But it was mutated in a lab, and it was accidentally, or it got out, and they were able to create a resource, because I don't want to call it a vaccine, because even if you get it, you can still catch COVID. So it's not actually a vaccine.
It's not meant to continue.
But right, that's a whole different slippery slope, but still. But you can take and create the antidote, this attack on this virus, but we've been fighting cancer for 30 years.
Of course.
But you look at the companies like Pfizer and Moderna and Johnson & Johnson, all these, and you look at their stocks and they're through the roof. They're making billions with a B monthly off of this stuff. But it's a for-profit thing, and that's part of the problem. So when we look at the votes for these people to get into office, it's easy to run on immigration because it's a topic that they talk about every 4 years. But they don't want to take and make changes because if they go through and they put up a border wall and they stop the immigration coming in, and they limit the people coming in and out of the country, and they do all these things, then you don't have these illegal immigrants who are trying to get into the country, who are being manipulated by certain parties that are telling them that if you come here, we'll give you amnesty, we'll give you this, we'll give you $490,000 because you came here illegally. What? So it's not a problem they want a solution to. It's a problem they want votes from.
They're manipulating, yeah.
Right. So when it comes to things like renewable energies, fossil fuels, you know, there's two sides of that.
Oh my God. Cynthia, like that episode of Family Guy, why find the cure for cancer when you can charge someone for every step of treatment and keep them sick forever?
Absolutely. You're 100% right. Without a fraction of a doubt, you're 100% right.
Yeah.
That we can make money on create. I mean, Bill Gates created Microsoft.
Yes.
And in 1995, he sold Microsoft to everybody that wanted to buy it. And then he also created viruses to attack Microsoft and then sold the antivirus to fix the problem for Microsoft. I'll let that sink in for a minute. Everybody remember paying $100 a month for McAfee and Norton and all this? You're paying for your antivirus subscription.
Now you don't do that anymore, huh?
Yeah.
You don't have to do that. You can, but not really. Does anybody really
No,
do that anymore?
Because the people that originally created all that, they aren't the ones that are making the decisions and in charge of the company anymore. They're not. Bill Gates isn't. So in terms of fossil fuels and stuff like that, I'm gonna ask a genuine question. So right now we burn and we consume petroleum-based products, and you hear it for fuel. Because everybody, when they talk about renewable energy, you know, fossil fuels and stuff like that, so we're wanting to switch to renewable and solar energy because of how much money is revolving through the government and stuff like that. Did you realize that fuel is, yes, one of the largest exports of petroleum-based products? But did you know that 85% of what's in front of STONI right now is made from a petroleum-based product?
Bam.
The arm that is holding her microphone up is coated in a petroleum product. The actual plastic around the base, the foam top, it's all based off of a petroleum product. There's so much that the petroleum industry actually contributes to that you never even think about, and it's a huge part of it. But my question is not necessarily, you know, renewable energies like solar and wind power aren't going to step in and find an alternative as a replacement of these things. So we would have to come up with something for that. And how do we do that? You know, it's time, money, effort, energy. We invest in that, and that's fine. I'm sure that there are answers for that, and I just don't know that information. I'll be the first to tell you. If I don't know, I don't know. I don't know this. I'm sure there's an answer out there. I'm sure somebody could Google and find it. But what would be most people when they talk about fossil fuels, they're talking about what powers their cars. Can we get away from gasoline engines and stuff like that and go to hybrids or you know, full electric vehicles and stuff like that? You know, and to be fair, the technology and like the Teslas and stuff like that are absolutely insane.
I feel like it's a matter of time.
It will be.
I think
They're
just gonna figure out some way to fuck us all for electricity then.
Well, so there was actually an interview with Elon Musk, and the lady was talking. He was giving a speech at a oil like convention, right? And he goes, you know, if you were to ask me right now, if I could flip a light switch right now and every car in America or every car in the world, he said America, but every car in America would be no longer using fossil fuels and they'd be strictly electric, would I do it? And the answer is no. It's a guy who owns Tesla, makes an electric vehicle. That's his thing. Said no. And the reason is because the infrastructure of the United States couldn't support it.
Oh, okay. That's like our biggest, smart.
I mean, have you ever seen like in your house, you've got like the overhead light on and stuff like that, and like you turn on the microwave and you see the light dim slightly?
Yes.
Okay. Imagine the total amount of cars in the United States plugging into the system within a 4-hour period around the same time.
That does that. Yeah.
You couldn't support it. I don't even know. I'm Googling this now. How many cars on the road in the US?
We wouldn't be able to. They're using plant-based cells to make clear rolling papers. I just stick to glass, dude. Fuck the bullshit.
There's
Reduce,
apparently
reuse, recycle.
286.9 million registered cars in the US in 2020.
No, yeah, you said cars, motorcycles.
Yeah, just cars. I assume that also means just motor vehicles. I'm going to assume.
Does that include airplanes?
No.
Okay. Damn. Or what about ships?
Nope.
Do ships use fuel?
Yes.
Oh,
Most of them are
shit.
diesel. Most of them also generate. There's another side to this as well when we talk about like the carbon footprint's really typically the main topic of conversation when we're talking about alternative fuels and things of that nature.
Mm-hmm.
So the vehicles used to mine lithium in particular.
Okay.
Lithium isn't a recyclable thing. It has a storage life of like 15,000 years or 150,000 years.
Okay.
And it doesn't just go away. So when we make these lithium ion batteries that are in vapes, they're in your phones, they're in the Teslas, they're in the hybrid vehicles, they don't go away and they wear out in about 10 years.
I fucking knew it, you pieces of shit. Shame on you.
So the carbon footprint of the machinery used to make the batteries are insane. Once they're actually created, then they turn around and they get on the ships and they transport across the countries.
We can't fucking win.
And the thing is lithium batteries are made in one part of the world. That's where there's like a very specific area in the world.
No, it's gonna be like fucking right in the middle of the goddamn Amazon rainforest.
I think it's somewhere in like Africa or something like that. I haven't actually looked that specifics up. But
wait, like South Africa or like what part of Africa we're talking
I don't know.
about?
I don't know. It probably is not. I think it's in Africa or maybe in South America.
Leave Africa the fuck alone.
Africa is
Leave
the
Africa
source
the
of
fuck
life.
Alone. Leave them alone.
I feel like we need to have a meme right here where the dude is like, "Leave Brittany alone," but it's "Leave Africa alone." Yes.
Right. God.
Fuck your chicken strips.
Leave them alone. All you want is more diamonds for fucking labor. Fuck out of here. Bullshit ass lazy motherfuckers.
Chile, Argentina, Bolivia. Looks like South America is a lot of it.
All these places motherfuckers vacation to. What is wrong with us? We're awful.
Australia even. So okay, I was wrong. I was wrong in that regards. There are multiple places lithium is found. But
hey, that's okay.
So it's a complicated right. It's a complicated and very complex thing to fix.
Like that, yeah.
So
pollution. They do.
I mean, if you look at the carbon footprint of a 1987 Mustang running on 7 of 8 cylinders, it creates a certain amount of carbon footprint. The amount of carbon footprint generated from the creation of a battery to go into a Tesla matches that of the lifespan of that car, or expected lifespan of that car. So the carbon footprint from the car, much less. Wearables like rubber, tires, batteries, questionable. But I think that overall, if you were able to transition to that, I think that the side effects of what you see, like, you know, I personally know, yes, that the impact of humans creates a change on our environment. I'm not going to argue that point. I believe it's true. We're a parasite on the face of the earth.
Unfortunate.
But I don't think that cars are creating the same damage that people actually think they are.
Even not as much as like fucking farming or agriculture or fishing. Holy shit.
Commercial fishing is crazy.
Oceans.
God, yes.
What we are doing to our oceans. Holy fuck.
But look at Shanghai, not Shanghai. Singapore's figured out shit that the rest of the world needs to get on.
That they can not recycle their pollution. They're doing something with their pollution.
Yeah, they're like their trash and stuff like that. All of their waste gets
They're being able to recycle most of it.
They recycle most of it. The rest of it gets incinerated to a point. It gets put in a certain area that's completely kept away from everything else until it's viable. They make ecosystems out of it.
Yeah,
that's fucking awesome. I would invest in that.
Well, see, then why doesn't everyone else in the world start adapting this same kind of idea? If it's working so
before
well,
I go, are y'all down with Black Lives Matter?
As to why aren't we doing
yes and
it?
no. Sorry, somebody had asked about the BLM stuff, and it's a tough subject to talk about. To be fair, I've seen both sides of it. And they asked, "Hey, before I go, are y'all down with BLM?" And I said, yes and no. I understand the principle and the motive behind it, and I agree with that wholeheartedly. I think some of the implementation of what's been done, I don't agree with. Maybe the way that certain reactions, I understand being outraged and stuff. I get it. You know, you wouldn't think I do, being a white guy in the United States, but my family came here. My family's from Holland in 1959, Thanksgiving Day, speaking no English as an immigrant with 5 children and his wife, $500 in his pocket. Shortly after the end of World War II, with a Germanic accent, no one wants to be around you. So that, you know, I don't think that here in Atlanta, I literally sat here and watched on TV. I watched some of the BLM riots burn down CNN, bust through the windows and burn parts of CNN. Like the news station that's pushing all of the BLM stuff, that's trying to take and get the message out. It made no sense to me. Why destroy your town? Why destroy things? I mean, in the city of downtown Atlanta, 73% of the businesses that are restaurants and food type stuff like that, and various different actual non-commercial based businesses, are Black owned. And they're just burning everything as they're going through and destroying and rioting everything. Why are you hurting yourselves? I don't want anybody to hurt. I think the loss of life in general, regardless of the reason, is tragic.
Of course.
So I want the message that there are problems, and there are problems that need to be solved, and they need to be solved now. But I don't think,
I feel like that's something that they're just gonna ride too.
Yeah. I mean, if you've noticed over the last year, the BLM events, I'm just gonna call them, where they would do protests and big gatherings and stuff, they've dwindled.
Yeah.
They've disappeared.
They have.
And it's because though people agree with the point, they don't agree with the conveyance of the message. So they're walking away from it. So do I agree with the fact that there are problems and there's a lot of stuff that need to change? Oh yeah, absolutely. But I don't want to see my neighbor go kick through the window of a place and riot and loot and burn and do all these things. A wrong doesn't make a right.
Yeah.
So I hate that there's those situations in the first place. Like I said, I hate everyone equally.
We all equally suck.
Facts. But you know, I complete jump of ship, so to speak. Speaking of ships,
be like that.
But the biggest thing in life is everything revolves around money. It really does.
So
everything revolves around money.
It does.
You know, I can't think of the guy's name now. He's on YouTube a lot. He does different, shorts and stuff like that. But he's a really wealthy billionaire. And he's a dick. And he knows he's not the owner of Amazon.
Amazon guy.
No, not the Amazon guy. He does no, he's wealthy too, but no. This guy is an older white guy, and he does these
Piers Morgan.
No, it's not him either. I'll have to find it and I'll send it to you. Glad you're with the movement, bro. Absolutely. I am. Just like I said,
Same.
I'm not going to go kick somebody's door down, but I'll sit down in this type of an environment and I will talk to you and I will hear every word you have to say and I will respect you for having said it. So one of the things, God, it's going to bother me. I can't, like, I'm going to call him like a Goldman Sachs type kind of guy, like what you would imagine those types of people to be. He's that kind of guy. He's a billionaire. And he's like, you know what? He's like, because all these people they say that money is the root of all evil and they want to change the world and do all that. He goes, well, do it when you're fucking broke and tell me how it works. Or grow up and be a fucking adult, make some money. And guess what? When you got a little bit of money, fixing the world's a hell of a lot fucking easier. And he's right. You want to take and you want to, there's a country in Southern Africa that is struggling and they need water systems and stuff and they can't provide it for themselves and the government can't either. And you want to take and bring fresh water to these children and the people in that country, in that region, so that they can farm and provide for themselves and do all these things. Try doing it with $50 in your bank account.
Right.
But let you have $500 million in your bank account and you can fix it. Prime example, global hunger. There was a post in like a Twitter thread that said that this company came out and said, hey, you know, if Elon Musk spent 7% of his entire net wealth, he could cover all of global hunger. And his exact response was, give me an open source plan and I'll fund it. I couldn't solve global hunger today. I don't have the resources to do that. He does. But the people that say we can do this and say it's so easy, that it's been like 3 weeks. They haven't said a word because they don't know how to fix it.
There you go. A lot of people like to talk.
Agreed.
It seems like.
I'd like to fix things. I have ideas that in theory could work, but theories and implementation and action are two totally different things. Theoretically, we could get to Mars.
Did he fund it? It's insane.
He said that he would cut the check today, right now. If you send me the plan so that I can look through it and understand where everything's going, and the banking system that handles everything is an open source, meaning so that it is transparent, so that when he sends 700 million or 7
like no
billion,
one's fucking pocketing any bullshit.
Right.
Anyone can investigate it.
Right.
Like, look at their shit. Okay.
Then he would do it right now. He's like, send me the plans so that I can approve it and make sure that it's actually logistically going to work. Because of anybody, I genuinely think, and I'll say this, if there's anybody on the face of the planet whose mind works in such a logistics way to make something work, I think it's going to be Tesla. It's going to be Musk. The dude owns like 4 freaking companies that are multi-billion. I don't know how he does anything. Yeah.
Yep.
I would love to wake up tomorrow and they say world hunger is taken care of. I think that if you fix hunger,
that would probably be like the best thing. It's probably hunger. Yeah.
Right. Fix world hunger.
No, maybe like the abuse of animals. Yeah, fuck that shit.
Yeah, I agree.
Fuck that. I love animals. Have I said that before?
I'm a big animals person myself. I got 3 dogs and a cat in the house right now.
Dolphin shit, that dolphin festival where they fucking kill all the goddamn dolphins and shit, like cut off their fins. Fuck that.
Right.
That's not cool. Dog meat trade in China. Fuck that.
Oh my God, yeah. Yeah, it's terrible. Like I see those videos pop up on my Facebook every now and then, and I report it, and they're like, it doesn't go against our community standards. Are you fucking kidding me?
Like, dude, this guy's using a blowtorch to like barbecue this dog alive. What do you mean?
Right.
Like, what do you mean?
And that's the other thing. Like, Facebook has an issue with their whole system. You can have a woman being stoned to death on a live channel coming from the Middle East, and that doesn't go against community standards. But if you call somebody's wife ugly, you get banned for violating the terms of services.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You're welcome.
I think
that with a good noodle.
He is.
He is. He does have a good noodle. You're talking about his brain, right, babe?
Oh my god.
I'm feeling insecure.
Let my dogs into the room, make sure they're not tearing the
Hi,
house up, because they
dogs.
will.
I love you.
Hi,
Oh, there's
Lexi.
mine.
Hi, Lex. Oh. Hi, Coda. She's getting old and her hips hurt. She can't jump up.
You said he's an ugly guy.
I am.
No, yeah, but smart. I think.
Thanks. Hi, Nene. Oh, good puppy. Oh, good puppy.
I would die for that dog. Babe, I want another dog.
Guys, get away from the trash can, please.
Escape from Tarkov is on sale right now. Babe! Babe, let me get this game, babe. Babe, give me this game.
Exactly. You know, it's just there's just a whole lot of things, man, that I think really.
I call this one the turkey. Looks like a little spatch. Yeah.
You know, there's a lot of things that I could see changing, and it's slight changes make a big difference. So.
But until then, we're just gonna avoid all that and play video games and get lost in those.
Yeah.
Avoid those world problems.
I literally sit here and I think about that's where my mind is. I think about all this stuff all the time. I can't ever shut my brain
You get the weight
off.
of the world on your shoulders. I know.
And so I'll start
I want
scrolling
to
through
save all the
TikTok.
dogs in the shelters, dude. I can't.
I told my wife if I could afford to take and hit the lottery and stuff like that, we would have a farm, and it would be a dog farm. There'd be too many damn dogs.
Oh, I don't care what they are. Horses, pigs, ducks.
Yep.
Frogs, give them to me.
I already fight
Take 'em.
finding space in my bed with the 3 we got.
Right?
And I got a Cali King. Insane. I don't know. There's so much that we could deliberate on.
Man-made island.
That'd be kind of cool. Like the
For all the
Maldives.
rescue animals. Yep.
I just don't understand the whole hatred of animals and the abuse of that. Same thing with children. Same thing. I'm right there with it.
Fuck you.
Sorry.
You already said, hey, Beefy, I'll take Lexi Lou.
My wife would fight you. I wouldn't be as upset.
That worked.
No, she and her mother went on a shopping date.
Oh,
So
wholesome.
they asked if I wanted to go. I'm like, hell no.
Just wait in the car.
Yeah. No, I have problems with I work security for far too long, so I have a problem with being around big crowds and stuff like that for long periods of time. Because I can't just relax and enjoy the moment I'm in security mode, and I'm checking exits, pathways, what all I got to do, the potential problems that are arising and stuff like that, and it's an overcomplication of a situation. So, like, I went to Home Depot yesterday because I needed to buy some material because I had made a hole in the ceiling to gain access to the attic bigger, and I got to trim it off, and that was as much as I could take.
Wow.
And I was there at 2:00 that afternoon. So it wasn't like I was there in the midst of the rush of the Black Friday sales. Like, it's all stupid. But I don't know. Like, I'll go out and I'll have, I'll go and we'll go to restaurants. My back's got to be to the wall. I got to be able to see the door. It's just a thing.
Yeah.
So.
You need the exit.
I do. Or at least I need to be able to pay attention to what's going on around me. So.
What do you feel? What are your thoughts on what happened at Astroworld?
I think that the entire decision-making team leading up to that need to be held fully accountable. This isn't the first time Travis Scott has held an event.
Right.
And Travis Scott is the organizer. He has his hand in everything. He's a control freak. He gets what's going on.
Yeah.
I know that once he's on stage and he's performing, it's a lot harder to maintain that control because you are being in a whole different element at that point. But it's not that hard to figure out you have 50 or 60,000 people at an event, that the structure and organization of what you have is not properly laid out for. This didn't just spring up. This was, I've done this enough and I haven't had issues, but we know this is a problem, but we haven't had that many issues. So we're going to keep going and try to get by with this one too.
Yeah.
There's a reason why there are barricades 60 and 70 feet typically away from most stages of large artists. Has nothing to do with the security of the artist, because I promise you, nobody's going to get to that artist. There are some big old dudes, and there's a lot of firepower that are sitting right behind those curtains. You're not going to get to them like that. The reason why those barricades are that way is so that when the crowd does rush forward, they can make a malleable wall. It can be moved. It can offset for these things. It can be adjusted. It's actually a dampener. But when you've got 60,000 people trying to get right up against the stage, you get people crushed against it.
People were suffocating. Yeah, that's what happened.
Right. I mean, I ran, like I said, I was the assistant head of security at a nightclub in Atlanta, Georgia called Wild Bill's. It's the largest music hall in North America. It effectively was an old service merchandise. The dance floor by itself was 5,000 square feet. We could house between 5,000 to 7,000 people per event inside of this building. And we ran it with around between 12 to 20 security members. That's it. But it was also well thought out, well planned. People were in certain areas. You had zones, and we had radios, and we had the, behind the earpiece type deal. We could hear what was going on, and we were well trained. We knew what to do in the event of certain things happening. But then also the stage and your access to areas were also laid out in a way so that it was functional and as safe as it could be with that many people in a small area. So when shit hit the fans and people tried to rush the stage, there were buffer zones. There were diversion points.
Yeah.
You take and put a stage in the middle of a field and put an artist like Travis Scott up on stage and put a bunch of people over, they're going to get crushed. That's what's going to happen. You look at rock concerts. I can't tell you how many Korn, for example, played at Wild Bill's. And they're in the middle of an actual set, and the singer stops everything and is pointing, going, "Get him up. Get him up."
Yeah.
You right there. There was a single person. He was a scrawnier guy, was enjoying the mosh and stuff like that, but he was getting his ass kicked. And the lead singer brought him up, catty-cornered the stage, and put him on the side stage so that he could enjoy the show and could calm down and get some medical attention, because he was getting kicked and stuff like that. And they're not playing that game. You had several times where Travis Scott stood up and was like, "Hey, check on that guy." That should have been for a person who organizes events. If the lead act, the main big dick on campus, says, "Hey, check on that guy," and has stopped the show, and you've got people screaming stuff, climbing up on stage, trying to get his attention, all of the alarms should have been going off, and they should have taken an intermission and had security sweep through and check everything. That's what should have occurred.
Yeah.
And as an event organizer, you should know this. He did know this. There's a reason why there's so many lawsuits, and it's because, unfortunately, he should be held accountable.
I agree.
But I think the
apology for me. He just was.
Yeah, I wasn't aware. No, and that's part of the sad. That's part of what makes it sad. Like I said, the loss of life in any situation is tragic. I mean, we had the guy that ran into somebody. There was a guy who in an SUV ran into the parade for Thanksgiving the other day up in Wisconsin. And the thing was, he wasn't trying to run through the parade. He was running from a domestic dispute and killed 9 people.
God.
like, and most of which were like kids and stuff like that,
Oh my God.
so there's,
That's rough. That's scary.
yeah, but it, if you're in a position where you can see things
It was
happening
dumb, Brad.
and you can make a change, you can affect something, like, you know, you've seen videos where like Lincoln Park was like, hey, pick him up,
Yeah.
pick him up, get up, it's cool, you can have fun, but we're gonna do it safe. Like, I can think of 100 different events that I was at watching where things like that occurred, where the artist saw something and reacted to it and took control of it. Because to be fair, people were there to see Travis Scott. And if Travis Scott said everybody take 3 steps back, everybody would have taken 3 steps back instantly.
Yeah.
Fixed. Stay right where you're at. Don't walk forward. If you start walking forward, I'm gonna stop the song. I'm gonna tell you to walk 3 more steps back, and we're gonna keep doing this until you guys are 50 feet away from me. I don't care. But you're gonna listen to me. And it could have resolved itself, but that's not what happened. There's I really feel like a ball was dropped beyond what should have ever even come close. It was tragic.
It really was.
I mean, there was more people than that at Woodstock. There's been more people than that at every Vans Warped Tour event that I've ever gone to.
Blows my fucking mind, the things that I read that happened there.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But nobody got crushed at a stage. Sure, there's a lot more that happened, but a lot worse, I'm sure, than, but nobody got crushed up against the stage. Like a 9-year-old girl. I mean, that just, kills me. It kills me.
I know, it was really sad.
So, I just want to see, I've really taken in the last 2 months, I've had a complete change of my mind in the way that I process things, and kind of maybe the way that I look at certain things, with, the understanding that in the situation where, we're expecting. So I start looking not just at what I believe, but how is it going to affect my child that's coming. And there's been a lot of change in maybe some of the stances or perspectives that I take on things. And, me 2 years ago was a middle finger to everybody. Just stay out of my business. Let me live my life. Let me do my own thing, stuff like that. Leave me alone. But in the last 2 months, I've started realizing, like, that's one of the things why it's like, I've really considered going into some sort of a political position, because I would like to affect policy change, because I see things in my local government. I mean, the local principalities, the local level, the mayoral level, not necessarily statewide or federal, just local city stuff, city council, even. That
I think you'd be good at that.
We could make small changes that are effective and cost efficient, that could enrich the whole town's lives. And we can move forward. We can find peace and happiness. We can find common ground. There is common ground to be found between any two opposing forces. There always is.
Oh yeah.
Sometimes getting through the pride of the two forces at be may be more difficult, but there's always common ground. And if you can find that and you can work towards that, you can make big change. I can honestly say that if my child were being born right now, today, obviously I wouldn't be on this podcast, I'd be going to the hospital, but just saying.
Of course.
That if my child came out right now, I can tell you that I would be embarrassed for the world that we live in and to expose my child to that world. It's embarrassing.
I can understand that. We're
And
not at a good point since I've been alive.
we were initially,
Oh yeah.
but you know, we at one point in time we didn't belittle intelligence. We aspired for it,
yeah.
and we took information from people who were revered for their intelligence, and they were honest, and they had a steadfast for that honesty. You were going to get the truth and the facts. It wasn't their position to give you or help you form an opinion. That's for you to do. Here is the information. The better informed you are, the better informed you can be to make an informed and positive decision in your life. We're in a position right now where everybody's just trying to push their own narrative.
Yeah.
It's sad. Everybody is attacking everybody. But it'll come to a point where, as like you see with the Black Lives Matter stuff, people are starting to walk away. It starts to dwindle because they start to see the radical side of those things take place, and they step away from that.
Yeah.
I just hope that sooner than later we find some common ground and we can actually understand what each other is trying to say and what we're both trying to accomplish, and we can move forward. I mean, one of the worst and best times in this country's history was September 2nd, 2001. The day after 9/11. The day after 9/11, there wasn't a racial tension. There wasn't a socioeconomic tension. There wasn't a class tension. There wasn't anything at all. It was a single act of terrorism that took and united everyone in a single common goal. So much was accomplished so quickly because everybody was on board with making the right steps. So it was the worst, one of the worst times and some of the best times for the actual country, because you saw people of every walk of life, age, race, ethnicity, sexual orientation, identity, all of it. It didn't matter. You stood behind one common icon, and that's what you fought for.
Yeah.
We've lost our way at some point through that. And I'm not saying that I want those events to reoccur in any way, shape, or form. I don't. And I think that really I just want to see some of the camaraderie back.
Yeah.
I want to be able to trust my neighbor, and I want to be able to look to support from my community, and I want to be able to give that same support to my community. But if I went out right now and started knocking on my neighbor's doors, do you guys need any help with anything? I'd probably have the cops called on me.
If they even answered the door in the first place.
Right. So?
Nobody answers the door anymore.
No, I don't either. I got a Ring camera. UPS got dropped off. I got a light bulb that's supposed to show up for this thing right behind me right there. That's an RGB bulb that's sitting out front of my house.
That's cool. That's fancy.
Yeah, I guess. My wife was like, I'm going to throw this lamp away. And she sat it down right there. And I was like, I could put a light bulb in that's got all kinds of pretty colors. Let me do that. But
it's a great use.
Yeah, it works.
Yeah.
Travis Scott is being sued for $1 million for what happened. He's being sued for a lot more than that. I can promise you. I can promise you that. He'll pay a lot more for that too. There's too much going on. Not enough people talking about it, not enough actions being taken for it, not enough ideas being thrown around to fix it.
No one wants to take responsibility. People died.
Yeah.
I can tell you what, Live Nation is done. I guarantee you that.
Oh, yeah.
I won't go to any Live Nation events.
No.
Nope. I've been to Live Nation events. I won't go to them anymore.
I've never been to one.
Yeah, I've been to concerts from Live Nation before. I won't go back. Not after that.
No, I don't blame you
Security
either.
didn't know what the fuck they were doing. Just gave people a security jacket. Like,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
really sad.
We need bodies there so that if something goes down, we at least can say that we had enough staff on hand to appropriately handle it, and it takes responsibility off of them. In this event, though, it didn't, and it doesn't. So
Yeah.
let me let my dogs in real quick. Be
Do
right
it.
back.
If you guys could hear my music, but I don't think you can on Beefy's thing. Hi, dog. Hi, other dogs. Look at those cute dogs. I pet that dog. Pet that dog. Pet that dog. No, we ain't gonna pet none of that dog. We ain't pet no dog.
Yeah, I had him in the right
Yeah.
ears.
He's like, huh? Yeah?
Okay. So, we started talking about streaming and streamers and stuff like that. So we'll kind of circle back to it as a close. What are some of the things as you've streamed? What has been some of the highlights for you?
Ooh.
Like if you could pinpoint like the one, like you had that one stream and things just clicked and worked and a memorable moment. What is, or even a few, there's been several that have been like this, but
I think it's been kind of just a combination of having an overall good stream. I can't pinpoint anyone specifically besides the fact that it would be ones like I think during COVID when I would stream like 8 fucking hours a day, but it was just I had like a little routine going on. Like, Savannah. You of course know Savannah. It was me getting off work every single day after work and message Savannah eyeballs, or I would open a message of eyeballs to Savannah, like the little emoji. That was like us letting each other know, like, are we ready to do this? And it was just nice to just have like that, my friend, my consistent like homie that I would just play with every day. I was getting better at the game and my community was growing at the same time. So I would say kind of initially it would be when it was the most consistent I was on my stream.
okay.
Would be like the highlight. And all I'm gonna leave it at is this mental health for me personally is something that is like a curse and a blessing. You have good days and bad days, and I went through, a really bad breakup, like, just shit, just went through life, and my consistency just kind of like went away. So I'm at the point where I'm like building it back up and I can see it sort of like building up again. Except this time I'm, for the most part, kind of doing it on my own. And it's a different experience because I personally struggle with like the whole self-confidence thing. So to see myself like building a community on my own is like, what do I do now? Like, what do I do with my hands? Like, things are working out. Like, what the hell is happening? Like, how do I accept this positivity? It feels weird,
I'm
Yeah, I would say.
actually very glad you said it that way.
Which way?
That you don't know how to take the positivity that's being given towards you, like the acceptance and the growth in the community, and it's all focused at you.
Yeah, it's hard to accept this, but even like when you get stars, things like
Right.
that, it's like you like something I did. Like I didn't think it was that cool, but
It's a nod to the character of the person.
cool.
You get some people that are like, Like you've seen some of the YouTube videos and stuff where people are like the really ungrateful streamers that are like, oh my god, you sent this, this, and this, and you couldn't afford this, and you should have sent me that, and blah 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 blah. You know, you get that toxicity where people feel like they're owed because they're doing this.
Yes, the entitlement comes, and I can't ever really say that it annoyed me. It disappointed me mostly. Like,
Okay, I can get behind that. It annoyed me too. I have an issue with people who have that god complex type mentality.
Yeah.
I just don't think that I have never once felt that I was better in any position in my life than anyone else. I may be in a better position to do something, or have maybe better equipment, or, you know, have a better understanding of what's going on.
Yeah.
But I'm not better than somebody who has maybe less of something, whether it's a physical item or a knowledge base or whatever. I'm not better than that person. Never have been, never will be. I'm just me. And I just want to continue to be me and grow as a person. I think the moment that you take and you shut out people's gratitude, it's the moment you die as a person. And it'll probably be a Tuesday.
Very well said.
So so that being said, I mean, you've had some highs, but can you tell me some of the lows? Like, can you think of like, can you think of a single point?
It was mainly struggling with myself. Like I said, I kind of went into it again like I was playing with my friends, but people come and go, I guess, as you can say. So it got to a point where I felt like I didn't know anyone well enough to play with. So I got in my head, well, I don't want to play alone. I can't play alone. No one's going to watch me if I play alone. I have to play with somebody else so I feel okay. I can be live if I'm not by myself. And once I struggled to find people to play with, I turned in on myself. I didn't have the self-confidence to, you know, want to continue. And also, like, things outside life, family stuff also wasn't helping. So I personally just, what I call, went into my hole. And obviously when you're in your shit, streaming is going to be the last thing on my mind. And again, I don't want to say that's when you see like who people really are, but you know, you really see where that community comes from, because you have the certain people that are reaching out like, hey, are you okay? I haven't heard from you. And you know, there's that. But at the end of the day, it comes like, no one's going to help you unless you want to help yourself, I guess. It's just easy to say. Like, I spent a lot of time struggling with my thought process, I guess. So once I was able to be like, okay, like, I got to start somewhere and just start over and do it, it just kind of just came back like it never left. Like riding a bike type of thing. Like, but now like algo and everything is like all messed up. So I'm rolling with it. I'm having a good time.
Well, I'm glad to hear that. You know, I see the puppo. You know, as time has gone on, you and I were discussing earlier in our conversation before we even went live on this that, you know, we both started streaming around the same time, and I've seen a lot of people rise and fall, come and go.
Yes.
You know,
oh my God.
Different ploys and tactics they used to grow ended up being their own demise.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I've always been a firm believer that at the end of the day, truth will always settle ahead of everything else. So don't present a false narrative. Just, you see people like I'll use an example. Like, you've got Kingslayer and Hitman, and you know,
Hitman,
Dieter, and a few other people. And where I'm going with this is you have certain people that I mean, Dr. Disrespect I'll include in this. They play a character,
right?
It is a persona, and they stick true to that, and so it grows. Dieter grew for different reasons, but we'll just leave it be. So the thing is as you expand on this and you start looking, the people that aren't trying to be these things, you know, they're not trying to have this persona, they're not trying to be a character, they're just a streamer streaming. They have to genuinely just be who they are. I am okay at a lot of games, but I'm not excellent at many.
Same.
So
I agree.
I'm great with strategy stuff, like Warzone map rotations and stuff like that. I'm good at it. Great at it.
Me. Yeah,
I'll
I don't
try.
fucking know that shit.
I'll try. It's
All right then.
a lot of just
That's all I can ask.
situational awareness, knowing where the map's going, knowing which way it's pushing, knowing the position you're going to put yourself in, and how to rotate and manipulate those to be in your advantage. Obviously, high ground is always key. And knowing
Cover.
the challenges between each point where you've got to move. So, you know, Black Ops 4 was critical to that as well. And so I was very successful on that game. Very successful. I play solo quads, and I think I 35% win ratio on that.
Wow.
You know, obviously not great in comparison to others, but good nonetheless.
Better than me.
And you know, the neat thing is like when we start talking about these personas and people acting like certain ways and being certain people, when you actually get to know the person behind that character and you see their the character of themselves, a real raw person, you know, that's one of the reasons why I do these types of things, is because, you know, we're playing a game, we're putting on this, I'm going to call it an act, even though it's not, we're playing a game
for all intents and purposes. Yeah.
Right. But when you get to actually know the person behind the webcam and then you actually then see them on the next game, that's such a cool shot though. Like the upward stream of the light on the dog's face. It's just a really cool shot.
He wants to go out. I'm not even going to say it. He's getting ready.
But when you get to know these people and start to learn these things, you really get to enjoy their content that much more. I'm blessed in that Hitman lives about 25 minutes down the road from me.
That's what's up.
And he's been here at the house. His girlfriend got really, really sick in my house. We all got a little wasted. I was absolutely schnockered. I was wrecked. But you know,
too much Henny.
Yeah, that I drank a lot that night. Fireball mostly.
Barf.
Yeah. But you know, as we move through things, you start to see the changes in the development of people. Even as a streamer, I can see the changes in the development of the people that are regularly in my chat. You get to know them. They become part of you.
Yeah, definitely.
Something I would suggest to you and kind of push you to try, and it'll be really surprising. Dedicate a single stream that's at least 3 hours long to only playing solos. And do it once a week or once every 2 weeks.
I can vibe with that.
I actually find that I have a larger audience when I'm playing solos.
Really?
Yes. Because it's just you.
We're gonna test that.
I mean, you know, everybody that's currently in Stony's chat right now, put a thumbs up emoticon in the chat if you want to see her run a solo stream. See her play solos.
Oh, wait. Crickets.
Most of them probably have to find the thumbs up emoticon, honestly. Not just giving a like to the channel, but actually giving a thumbs up.
Like that? That was you.
I did a like, but like this.
Like the actual like emoji?
Yeah.
Yeah, Brad's like, do it. Okay.
So, you know, it's just one of those things. It's a
getting out of your comfort zone, man.
That's all it. Right. But the thing is what's happening is you're not
see? That's great advice.
You're not playing with a group of people. When you play with a group of people, you are playing in this atmosphere, this little bubble. And so you guys are communicating back and forth, and it's two different things going on. It's a team playing a game. So it's a team based at that point. But people are watching your stream. They want to see you play. And when you are playing solos, you are actually able to delegate more time and more attention to the people watching your stream and the communication back and forth while playing solos, because it plays at a slower pace, and explaining your movement.
Even watching streamers, it is nice to watch someone playing solo because that's more interaction with them.
Yeah.
Or
it's more intimate.
More time for them to take to respond to you. And it's always nice, you know, they always pick you out, your little comment.
Yeah.
Like, wow, me?
Right.
Okay.
But even on top of that, there are things that I can do in the game some people can't. And there are things some people in the game can do that I can't.
Yeah.
But, and my webcam is frozen. Turn off, turn back on. There we go. It times out for some reason. So the thing is this. When I'm playing solos, you'll find, especially if you've early on in the stream, a lot of people aren't getting notifications, so your viewership is kind of low. Explain yourself of what you're doing. Talk out loud. And this is just a suggestion.
Talking out loud is not hard for me at all.
True, but as
I have a problem talking too much.
Nah, not as a streamer. That's our job. It's our job. Talk over the game all day, every day, all words, all the stuff.
I love words.
When people are going through and playing the game, and you're a starting out streamer, or you're a slowly growing streamer, and you don't have a whole lot of people watching. If you're sitting there, right, like this, it's boring as hell. People scrolling through are going to see you staring at the screen blank, and they're just going to keep scrolling. But they sit there and they see somebody having a conversation, and you don't have the audio initially. They're scrolling through. They're like, what is that person saying? What's going on? And they'll click on it, and you're like, all right, I'm over here by the ATC. I know there's a guy up in the very top of the tower. I'm not going to try to zip line up. He's probably got it booby trapped, and I'm going to get shot and killed. That's just a stupid way to go out. Like, I already know that. I can't stand the people that are camping up there. So instead of that, I really want to shoot the guy that's up there. I really, really want to get the person that's up in the tower. And I know that based off of my knowledge of the map, if I go northwest towards Summit, I can get way up on the hill, and I can actually see down into the top of ATC. So I can snipe you from there. And I've got my loadout. I've got the sniper rifle. I've got everything I need to do. So that's what we're going to do, guys. I'm going to push up there. Now, because I'm going to push up there, I'm in a lot of open area. I know that there are going to be people probably here and here. So I'm going to be mindful of that. And you literally are just saying out loud your thought process. You would be surprised at how quickly you will gain a viewership and a follower base off of the fact that you are explaining what your mind is thinking. Because the way that you play may not be the way that I play, but I may be able to pull bits and pieces out of the logic you're using and your movement and implement it into the way that I play, and I grow and I learn.
I feel that. You're not wrong. Makes sense.
So
I can do it. Getting out of the comfort zone.
Yeah.
That's what we're going to call it.
And for me,
videos, we got it all set up.
I get bored too quickly. That's my problem. So what I've found is a lot of times I will, like, for example, let's say, for example, you and I, we're going to be doing a co-stream playing Warzone here very, very, very soon. And let's say that we're going to do a total of 6 hours is going to be the length of our live stream. For the first 2 hours, we're going to play solos. I'll play solos while in Discord with you.
Okay.
So we'll have somebody to talk to and banter back and forth, because then it makes it less stale. Right. Because it does get lonely.
Stale.
Lonely is a good way to put it too. I call it stale. But you can go through, and at that point then you're like, fuck that guy. And you're like, what happened?
Yeah.
Be like, guy was camping, asshole, he's hacking, you know, and then it's funny.
Of course, yeah.
But then, you know, we jump in and then we run, you know, duos or whatever we run, and we open it up and we play. So, but when you do that, that's what I try to do. I try to have somebody to interact with. Because otherwise, if I'm just playing solos, I'll play 5 or 6 games and I'm like, who wants to play? Yeah. Somebody come join me, please. Yeah. So and that doesn't necessarily have to be Warzone. That can be any game that you play. It doesn't matter what it is. If you're not streaming to a large group of people, and I will say large meaning like 2. If you're streaming and no one's there, or 1 or 2 or 3 people are there, you start talking. Start explaining what you're doing and why you're doing it. You do. And you're funnier than shit. Your outbursts and stuff, literally. Like, I come in.
It's hard to keep it under control. Just comes out.
Yeah. Well, when in doubt, let it out.
Yeah. You come in and what?
So, I'll come in.
What did I do?
That's cool. I come in and I'm chit-chatting with you for a second, and you have this hilarious outburst, and I start laughing and stuff, and so now I'm hooked. I'm in. I'm engaged, and I'm a part of that conversation, and I'm a part of that stream. It becomes this ever-evolving thing. It's a lifelike organism as it moves through things, just like this conversation. I mean, we floated from streaming to mental health to politics to hunger to this to that to statistics and everything in between.
Yeah.
So, it's one of those things. The biggest thing is on this platform that I've seen people make the mistake of is they take and they hold their numbers and their growth and where they're at as a comparison to the value of their stream in comparison to other people that they're aspiring to be. And you gotta stop.
Lose sight.
Absolutely, 1000%. You gotta pump the brakes on that.
I don't do that. Like, I don't look at my loyalty. Like, I try not to until I get to a certain point. Like, I just want follows. I want to expand. I want to grow with followers at this point right now. Little goal. And once I get to that point, if I can move forward, then I will. But views and loyalty and insights, like, I'm small.
I am too.
But we're dreaming big.
Yep. There's an emoticon for that I just saw a minute ago as I was scrolling for the thumbs up.
Macaroni.
Chicken strips. Then it's chicken strips, I think.
And the chicken strips.
So,
Macaroni with the chicken strips.
Yeah. Chicken strips. So, the biggest thing is, I did one of these podcasts a while back with a streamer by the name of Thomas. He's the Promise on Facebook.
The Promise, yeah.
The Promise. TPO.
Thomas
I've actually
the Promise.
His hat. I won one of his hats on the supporter giveaways back behind me. I had done a podcast with him, and I asked him because he was exploding, and he's a genuinely awesome, good, honest, kind-hearted person. And I asked him flat out, if you could give one single piece of advice to anybody who's started, just piece of advice, whether they're starting or whatever, as a streamer, what would it be? And his exact words were, "Don't look at the numbers."
Yep, I can agree on that.
And he moved on beyond that to say, I've scrolled through Facebook, and I do this a lot. I actively look for streamers. I don't know who they are, and I go into their chats.
Yep, I've seen people do that.
And I do that for a multitude of reasons. I'm a big audio guy. My streams have to sound good. They have to. It's the biggest thing. For the longest time, I wore a Bluetooth headset. My phone would be playing the stream on my toolbox 20 feet away from me. I'm not watching your stream. I'm listening to it. I'm listening to your banter and interaction with your teammates, your interaction with the chat. A lot of times the crazy outbursts. That's what I listen to. Audibly, we are more receptive to things than we are visually. So yes, this is all visual stuff, and it keeps your eyes focused, but you're listening to what's going on more than you're paying attention to what's going on. And if the audio is crackly and popping and loud and obnoxious and it's distorted, I don't want to watch your stream.
Yeah, I feel that.
So I go in and I'm listening, seeing if I can help somebody with some, make some minor tweaks or adjustments. And I chit chat with them and I get to know them. And I don't come in like, your stream sounds like shit, you need to fix it. It's, hey, I hear that there's an echo when you talk. Were you aware of that? I've had that issue before myself and didn't know it.
Yeah.
And then somebody's like, hey, there's an echo. Did you know that? Oh shit. I start looking and I find it and I fix it. And then the stream sounds better. Hey, did you know there's an echo? No, I didn't. How do I fix that? Look on this, do this, check this. Oh, there it is. Yeah, just click this button. Oh, thank you. Awesome. Sounds great now. How long have you been streaming? Good to know people.
Yeah.
I still actively do that. But he had made the statement you know, as he has done things like that, as he has scrolled through and found different streamers, one of the biggest things, he's like, I've gone into somebody's stream and I've hung out and talked with them for an hour and they didn't know who I was, and I welcome that. In recent months, I've been fortunately blessed with that incognito situation where I'm able to go in and say stuff and people don't know who I am, and I'm thankful because I don't want to go in and somebody's like, ah, Beefy, don't do that, don't do that to me. You know, just let me be Rob. I'm Rob in somebody else's chat. Like, you, if I come into your stream and you're like, hey, Beefy, that's fine. But if I go into a streamer and I don't know who they are, they don't know who I am, we haven't ever gamed or talked with one another and stuff like that, don't be like, oh, it's Beefy. I'm not there for that. I don't want to take any type of attention away from the person who's actually presenting their stream. I don't. I have respect for people. But so he said he was in this guy's stream, was watching him for like an hour. They were chit-chatting back and forth, and the guy was just kind of very level-headed, just very calm. And he got raided by somebody, and they put like 200 or 300 people in this guy's chat, and he was a light switch, became somebody completely different. He was full of energy. He was this, he was that, he was entertaining, and he was fun to watch. And he's like, where's this person been? He goes, the reality is you can get raided by some of the biggest names in the industry and have all this insta growth, but it fizzles away. And you will gain some people that will continue to watch. But the difference is the moment that you take and you change the energy, you change the person that's on the webcam, they'll change.
Nobody wants it. Yeah.
They'll bounce.
Nobody wants it, but yeah.
So be you as much as you can be you, but be you for the long term. Don't jump on your stream like a crackhead and go retarded for the first hour and then be burnt out for the next 5. This isn't a sprint. It's an endurance. Doesn't happen overnight, and those that it does happen for overnight, it doesn't last. You build a foundation, you grow upon it, you move forward.
That's true.
So don't beat yourself up for what you think you are doing wrong.
Yeah, usually we are our own worst critics.
Facts. I am definitely guilty of that.
Oh yeah.
But I just yeah. And that's it. So when you look at the hopes that you had when you first started dreaming and what you wanted out of it and what you expected out of it, and then where you're at right now with your streaming and career and everything with gaming and streaming and doing this, if you could go back to yourself 2-3 years ago and give yourself a little piece of advice, what would it be?
Ooh. I would say have more confidence in myself and definitely be more consistent. Consistency, I think, is really important.
Consistency in what though?
Stream schedules.
Okay.
Or at least yeah. If you're I think at this point at least it's like one thing I haven't tried that I think would be good for me personally is having a better, more consistent stream routine. I guess it doesn't have to be necessarily this hour from this hour, but like maybe from around this time to around this time. Like, again, personally, I can only speak for myself. I think that would be pretty good. Smoke more ganja? Oh,
I pity a fool who thinks that is not the forward option.
we always do.
But
Not too much.
I would agree with you. I think if I were to look at myself and don't expect the unexpected. Expect the unexpected. And that's in a good way and a bad way.
Definitely.
I literally, the first person I ever, there's a streamer on Facebook. His name is Newbie RR.
I know him. I know Noob.
I played with
Noob. I played Black Ops with Noob. Oh my god.
I played 2 games with him, and then his stuff crashed, and he just didn't get back on. And that's it. Oh. Noob was the first person I ever followed as a streamer.
Okay. Wow.
And I've followed him a little over 1,000, like I think it was like 1,176 days or something like that. Like, you know, he started streaming early on in Facebook.
Yeah.
And he still streams. And and you know, but I started to get to know a lot of different streamers and started watching. So I instantly just like, I want to stream. That's what brought it on for me. I was like, I really like this and I can see myself doing this.
Yeah.
And, you know, and I could see it as a way to generate an income as well. I mean, make no bones about it. There's probably every bit of $10,000 to $15,000 worth of equipment in my stream when everything's said and done. Probably 10, but you know,
A lot of money.
it is. And I've been blessed in the last 2 years that I've made a little more than that. Honestly, I have made about 13 grand doing this in the last two and a half years when everything's added up.
Yeah.
I've spent closer to $20,000 between the stream, the equipment, and all the giveaways and things that I've done. And there's been months where, you know, somebody's like gotten really hurt. Like one of the guys that I was one of my admins, his daughter or stepdaughter, she got really hurt in a car wreck, like really hurt. And so like the money that I'd made for that month's stream, all of it was going to them to help cover medical expenses and costs and stuff like that. And, you know, so I've spent more than I've made. I'll be, you know, open and transparent in that. But there have been people that as I started out early on, you know, I learned all of the technical stuff myself. I didn't have anybody that could come in and just fix stuff and help me figure stuff out. I figured it out on my own.
Yeah.
And so as I started to grow, there were communities that I had watched that, you know, they kind of took me under their wing and stuff like that. And they were showing, you know, getting me in with games with them and stuff like that. And some of their people would come over and hang out in my streams and stuff like that. And I thought it was great, that community team building thing.
Yeah.
But I found it ended up ultimately biting me more than it helped me. Because instead of being a person that was in their streams and watching their streams and sending them stars and giving them support and doing all these things, I was an extension of that person's stream. That's what I was.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
And it ultimately, I mean, it boiled down to the dude finally like came into my stream and said something. And it was to that effect. Like I was playing with somebody that he used to play with that helped him grow. And I wasn't supposed to play with that person because apparently I was this terrible person. I mean, the truth finally made itself known and I walked away from that. So just to expect the unexpected.
Oh yeah.
But also I would say to be prepared to put in a lot more time than you really think. I probably could say I feel that I know enough and can do enough with everything that I have to be a successful streamer and to potentially do this full time. But I don't have the same passion and motivation and drive to invest that much of my time into doing this anymore because of the circumstances in my marriage with my wife and us having a child. I just can't divulge all of my time and energy to that. I owe more to them than I do to this. So I don't. And in the last year, I have faltered on my stability and consistency in streaming. And ultimately that has hurt me in ways beyond just the normal, you know, lower viewership and count and stuff like that. And that's fine. It is what it is. I'm getting to be more consistent, so.
Same.
But, you know, I'm not as I used to stream 7 days a week. I streamed every single day. And I streamed for at least 2 to 4 hours every single day. Now, if I'm going to get on, I'll probably stream, but there may be 1 or 2 days where just my mental attitude, I can't handle the responsibility of being in front of the webcam to talk to people in a manner that is constructive and caring, because that's right. Well, I'm not always positive. I'm not. But I don't want to be criticizing.
Okay.
So I would rather be off stream and have a conversation with people in the game, and that's about it, and not be in front of people who are coming in who may be excited about their day. They got a promotion at work, their kid did something awesome in a sports, you know, situation, or their wife got a promotion, or hell, they made it home 30 minutes earlier than they thought they were going to, and they actually got a chance to watch my stream before everybody else got home, and they could actually hang out and chat. And I'm in one of those moods where I'm like, well, that's fucking great, good for you, I guess.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to.
You don't want to do that. Okay.
So I think I see a lot of people that talk to me and they stream on Facebook, or they stream on Twitch, or they stream on YouTube, and I'm live on all of them right now this very second.
Yeah.
And none of them really grow, and that's fine. And the biggest thing is you can't take and have your content be the only representation of your stream.
Definitely.
So for those that, like yourself, you're on Facebook right now, but you also stream to Twitch. You want to take and grow your Twitch. You want to grow your YouTube.
Yeah.
You want to grow your Facebook. If you play video games, find ways to get clips, even if you have to go back and watch your own stream
and
clip shit yourself. Make 60-second shorts. 60-second shorts of games that you've played where all it is like every 5 seconds you're killing somebody. There is a program, if you own a computer, you have a video editing software on your computer right now and you didn't even know it.
Dope.
You know, when you can go into your computer and you can go to the start button, you click the start button and you see pictures.
Yeah.
You click pictures and you open up the camera roll or whatever, and you go in, there's a video editor.
Oh, cool.
Associated with pictures, and you can literally take these clips, scan, like, you know, drag and click to highlight all of them, dump it into the profile, the clipboard, and you can take and just click and drag, so you can move the video clips around. So if you want to do a bunch of sniping stuff, and then you're going to go into some SMG kills.
Facebook has Reels now. It's kind of like TikTok.
Correct.
Oh,
Facebook has Reels, and
cool.
TikTok is going to be short, or YouTube has Shorts. TikTok TikTok is just TikTok. It's their 60 seconds thing, their videos. But you can go through and put all the stuff in an array, and you can click on each of the clips and trim the time down of each of them. You can make transitions like a PowerPoint presentation. I know everybody knows how to just dump stuff in, and then they can click on certain stuff to make stuff work. It's that simple, and it's free, and it's on your computer, and you have the resources to be able to do it. And genuinely,
you just put in that work.
It just takes a little bit of time and effort. I've made a few of them, and they're cool. But if you take these 60-second shorts and you post it to your Facebook reel, and you go to Instagram and post it on Instagram, you put it on your YouTube shorts, and then you post it to TikTok, it'll explode. There are people who have 200 to 300 people in their live streams watching them that have never been on the platform in which they are watching them, except because they saw the short, they thought it was cool, they played the game, and they've come to the channel because of it.
Gotta get yourself out there, man. Gotta change with the times too.
Yep.
It was streaming videos. Now it's the clips. It's the VODs.
It is. Make the VODs. Those VODs will bring people to your live content.
Yeah. It's in the other content besides streaming video games at this point. It's the clips.
Yep.
It's taking all the best parts of the stream and putting it into a video.
Right. And I'll be honest with you, if you guys aren't really super great at a game like Warzone where you're playing the actual regular game,
funny clips,
or you know, play Plunder and just go for kills and plunder. If you want kills as your clips, play Plunder. You can get plenty of them. You can even do montages of you just dying, and then do montages of you dying and raging and trying to give funny death comms. I'm here to tell you, you really want to mess with somebody, let them shoot you, and you'd be like, oh yeah. Tell me that if you've killed somebody and they said something funny in the death comms, it didn't throw you off the rest of the game. You're like, oh my God, dude, did y'all hear that?
Right, and then the same person keeps killing you, keeps saying the same thing.
Right. So you can go through and you could do some of the stuff and play Plunder, and get these kills and do these things and make these little clips that might take you genuinely about 20 to 30 minutes to make. And then you've got them and they're saved, and you can post the same one to all of them. And it will get a buzz flowing around your stream that's not just the stream.
That's what's up.
You will grow more outside of your stream than in your stream. The live content is 10% of it. So if you truly want to be successful, that's my TED Talk.
Thank you.
So,
Love it.
but I'm going to wrap this up. For me, it's been almost a 4-hour podcast, which is normally about 3 hours longer than I normally do. But to be fair, I prefer to let the conversation flow how it flows. And this was awesome.
Okay.
And I'm glad that we got to do it.
I am too. I really am. This is my first one ever. Thank you.
Really?
Yeah.
I popped her podcast cherry.
It was good.
Sweet. 10 out of 10 would recommend.
No, yeah, I definitely would like to do this again. So
Sure.
if you're going to do one with like multiple people,
I definitely will.
that's going to be great. I'd love to be a part of it. All right.
I will definitely shoot you a message. I plan to do
Oh my God,
that.
I have to figure out how to put all my shit back together.
The only thing that you did was you
Deactivate
changed
my
your scene.
camera.
Yeah. So you should be able to just reactivate your camera and go back to it, and you'd be good.
Okay.
And now we know for the next one, go live and then deactivate your camera, slide the screen over,
Right, it
and
took that long.
hey,
It was a
it's
learning
cool.
experience. So cool.
We both
sure.
now have gained that knowledge.
I'll take you.
Mom, I'm ready to go now.
Fucking all pissed. He wants to go. You want to go for a walk?
Yeah.
You want to go?
Well, yes, Mom. I would love to go outside now.
He's gonna start hopping around or something. There.
Hey,
Well, it's that time, guys.
Hey,
There
hey,
you-
hey,
yeah.
hey.
No.
Well, again, yeah, I greatly appreciate the time that you put into this, and it definitely
Thank you for
is.
having me, for real.
I genuinely, I would love to do this again, whether it's with a bunch of other people or even us just having another just chill and chat. You know, it's cool.
Okay.
It's
All right,
different.
good.
You know,
Good.
and it doesn't have to be about anything serious. I mean, hell, and it doesn't even have to be broadcast. Just know genuinely, if you're having a down day and you just want to vent about shit,
You're
my
sweet.
phone is always on. So
Thank you, Rob.
nonetheless,
What a swell guy.
I'm an asshole. I am.
What a swell asshole guy.
Thank you for putting the guy on the end of it. That could have
Right.
been awkward. What a swell
No.
asshole. What?
Again, it's for the OnlyFans.
yeah.
That's for another
www.
podcast.
Giant beef at onlyfans.org
The beefsteak at OnlyFans.
/semicolon.
Hey,
All right. Well, enjoy the rest of your day.
you too, Rob. Thank you.
Absolutely. I'm going to shoot you a message in the next couple of hours, and let's schedule a day, even if it's tomorrow. I don't know what my tomorrow looks like, but in the near future, let's get some games in.
Oh,
And
yeah, I'm so down. Let's do it.
I know that there are several people that have come through my chat that have watched us chit chat, and they like the banter so much they asked
Oh,
if
they haven't heard the buttons.
oh, I know. But
Okay,
as
that's gonna be
we
great.
as we go through this, if we're gonna stream, we're gonna do a co-stream and whatnot, they would love if we would open it up and rotate people through because they want to be a part of that.
Wonderful. I
So
would love it.
I'm down with it.
Yes.
I'm so down.
Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
Ashley, I see me. I see you. I got you.
Yes.
All right. Well,
It's
I've got to go
very
get a
relaxing
shower
voice. Thanks.
because I got to then drive across town to see my
Okay, yeah, I
in-laws.
gotta go take my. He's so polite. He's the best. He's just sitting there like, please. He's probably just gonna pee all over my floor if I don't hurry
I'm
up.
about to explode.
This is why I don't have carpets anymore. They've all been peed on. Cause I love you. That's why. Okay.
All
Yeah.
right. Have a great
Love
rest of your
you.
day. Love you too.
Okay.
And I'll
Be
see
good.
you on the next one.
All
All right, chat. That is that. We're going to switch it back to this one. And we're going to reactivate the powers that be. Get this pulled back up. And this one, we're gonna go in, we're gonna go to properties, we're gonna go to activate, we're gonna click done. I said done. Give me my mouse back.
People rarely see me is because I'm too busy working on all my side projects.
Webcam,
I need a laptop
properties.
with my favorite apps. So I use Chromebook. It has apps like Microsoft Office, which is
Deactivate, reactivate. That was super awesome. Super cool peeps, absolutely. STONI is fantastic people, and she's always awesome. And I think she's incredible. She's gonna be a fun one to do a co-stream with, and we're gonna get that set up soon. So there we go. Hey. Okay, so I gotta get this one back up and running though. So STONI's one of those like just super chill, awesome people, and she's cool. Like she's cool people, and she's fun to play with. Why is it not? Why you know what? You some big. There it goes. It's super dark, and yeah. There you is. All right, guys, I love you, but I do have to get ready and dressed and prepped to go eat dinner with my in-laws. Thank you guys for all the likes and the shares, and all the comments. By the way, Ohio is losing. Nice. Thank you for all the follows and stuff on the other pages on Facebook and YouTube and Twitch and all that. I really do appreciate all the likes and shares. I know there's a lot of people that I missed the likes and the shares and the comments, and I wasn't trying to ignore any of you or anything like that. It was more so me trying to be as focused on the content with STONI as I could be, and being as genuine as possible and being able to give her the respect and attention that she deserves. So until the next one, guys, I love every single one of you guys. Y'all are always fantastic. Hi, beautiful. I'm getting ready to run in now and get dressed and changed and ready to come over and have some fantastic dinner with you guys. I'm meeting you guys there, correct? At 4. I need to know that. I should be meeting you guys there. But nonetheless, we've had a fantastic podcast. 3 hours, 47 minutes. This was the first podcast back, and it's also the single longest podcast we've done. And I felt there were several times that, you know, the conversation started to die down and we picked it back up, and it was awesome. And I'm so thankful for it. I really do. Like I said, I appreciate all the freaking likes and everything. You guys have just blown me out of the water with all of the reactions and the comments and the tips and the information you guys have given. It's been great. And this is what we look forward to. This is what we try and push forward with. So, you know, I appreciate it. I genuinely appreciate it. So until the next one, guys, I love you. Be smart, be safe, be sane, but above all else, be yourself. That's what we need in this life. That's what we need in this world. Just be you. See you guys later.